forgot to plug a thing or two in here to the YouTube feed, maybe. So if you're watching out there on YouTube, hopefully you can hear us now. Steve has been away for a little bit, and probably was thinking about his golf game right now. So we're back on the air now, and hopefully go. We got Eric Grady behind the plate here. Maybe he's a single man crew. Nope, we got our second guys coming in now. And as our Hornets take the field, looks like Connor Flynn is on the mound today, followed by Cale Jackson is at third. We got Jackson Sefton at short. At second base, we got Vince Little. At first base, we have Evan Howell. Out in right field is Vlad Varchuk. In center field, we have Eli Staten. And out in left field, that's Drew Market. And Carter Havens is making his way behind the plate right now.
Well, my apologies to our YouTube people who weren't able to hear us. It's amazing when you plug the cords in. Things work, Jared.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was glad we didn't have to call Nick on that one. That'd been an embarrassing one right there.
It would be because it was an audio deal, and I'm the audio guy. So, that's kind of embarrassing at times. But we got her straightened out, and I'm going to look here. I still don't think I got the right cord in there, but there's the cord I'm looking for. So I'm going to apologize to our listeners for just one moment as I plop a cord in and plop one back out. We should be back with that one.
All right. Out there at YouTube, don't forget to send us a message on bchornetsports.com on the MixLR app or on the YouTube app. If something doesn't go right or something you like, be sure and tell us. It's a great privilege for the BC Hornet Sports and Steve to bring these games to you guys. I know we got a group of fishermen up there north right now and probably doing a lot of fishing, and they're probably watching some of the games because their sons are out here playing right now.
Are they fishing the beer cans out of the creek? Is that what they're doing, the cold beer, so that they can keep the cold beer in their hands?
Well, apparently they found some fish to take pictures of so their wives wouldn't be too suspicious anyway. So at least they're doing something right. At least they're thinking about it. That was probably early in the morning.
I think AJ probably saw somebody fishing nearby that was doing some fishing and borrowed some fish for some pictures. What do you think?
He might have traded some beer for some fish. What do you think about that?
It might have been that. I'm not doubting that. Not doubting that, Jared. The Henry Automotive Keys to the Game brought to you by Henry Automotive, our friendly mechanics out there. If you need anything taken care of, you need to give them a call at 773-9066. Jared, keys for this B squad. I mean, you've seen them play. I've actually seen the B squad play more than I have the A squad.
Yeah, I think the keys to the game is to stay aggressive. The one thing I like about these younger kids is they're real aggressive on the base pass. Usually in these B games, you can take advantage of either a pitcher just learning how to pitch or a catcher that doesn't have a very good arm. And the key right now here is for Connor Flynn to throw strikes.
All right, here we go.
And leading off for the Quincy Comets is number 3, Torres Garcia. And I do not have first names on these kids, so I apologize to the Quincy listeners out there. He's playing shortstop. And Flynn gets his sign and comes to the plate. Fastball is down the third base line and got in foul territory there by Cole Jackson. And that was a good play by Jackson because if you guys remember watching the game yesterday, Rushville had one that rolled the foul territory and the kid didn't run, and we threw him out at first for a huge out.
And you're not sure when how level the ground is in between the bases. If that comes back into fair territory and fielded in fair territory, even though it went foul, it's a fair ball.
Yes, it sure is. We got those lips that kind of roll, so we got to run everything out. And Flynn throws ball outside for a 1-1 count now to Torres Garcia. And here's the pitch by Flynn. Fastball swung and missed for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flynn gets back on the rubber. From the windup he goes. To the plate it comes. Fastball outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Torres Garcia.
Coach Hoots, I'm surprised you haven't straightened that mound out there. I mean, I know that was driving you nuts early in the year.
I'm starting to set it at an angle so that it doesn't bother me as much right now. But maybe time regional. I don't want to jinx him right now. We're playing pretty well. Fastball hit out to right field, and that's Vlad underneath, and again, it's going to get over his head, and that's going to be extra bases for Garcia. Garcia going to second base. Vlad gets it back into Little, and there's going to be no throw there at second base.
Double on that play. First hit of the ball game for Quincy.
I think that's the first ball I've seen hit out to the outfield in a B game so far. So, you got to take in consideration we're playing Quincy's B team, so it's not like a lot of Class A teams, B teams. They're going to be a lot of kids for them to choose from. And that's Connor Flynn here from the stretch. Vince Little with the hold. Pickoff attempt at second base, and Torres is back safely. And this is number 6, Salt Weddle. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He is the catcher here. He's wearing number 6 for the Quincy Comets. He gets his sign from his first base coach. Flynn, pickoff move attempt again. Back safely. And that's Connor Flynn. Connor gets his side from Havens. Havens is doing the catching today. To the plate it comes. Ball on the outside for ball 1. So far when Flynn has missed, he's missed to the outside. A little bit of that front shoulder flying open from him. And the pitch by Flynn. Fastball low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Or 2 balls and no strikes, actually.
Jared, another beautiful day.
Yes,
for
it is.
baseball.
Yes, it is. The humidity is up a little bit. You can feel it. But a great day for baseball. The ball gets past Havens for ball 3, and that runner's going to move up an extra 80 feet, and that's Torres Garcia. But you are correct, Steve. It is a beautiful day for baseball. We got an overcast sky, a little breeze, but it's about perfect, I'd say.
It'd be a beautiful day for football, too.
Oh, goodness. Beautiful day for 2 wing T teams playing today here in Brown County. Ball on the outside for ball 4. We're going to have a first and third with no outs, and that's going to bring up number 23, Salisbury. He's a center fielder for the Comets. And Salisbury has all kinds of colors up there going right now. He's got a yellow shirt, red batting gloves, blue spikes, blue helmet.
Runner goes down to second. And that's fouled and out of play.
Little hit and run on there. And now we have a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher. That is number 21, I believe. That'd be Mixer. And the lefter steps back in. That's Salisbury. Flynn checks on both runners. Runner off to second. Steals on and fouled off again.
This Quincy squad's been very aggressive at the plate when they've come up.
Yes, they have. Flynn has stayed with all fastballs so far, and Quincy has been right on him so far. And he's off with the pitch. No throw to second. So he's going to stand up, steal there by number 23. Solid. What's that?
Left-handed batter, he's going to be quick out of the box.
Ball popped up in the infield. Flynn calls for it. He's underneath it, and it drops off his glove. So that's going to be an E1 on Flynn there. Looked like he wasn't too sure about that. They had that happen the other day to the Cardinals, and they said that pitchers aren't athletes. I can't remember who it was.
Is that Mike Shannon after it had a few Budweisers? Or?
I think so. And Flynn, number 4 hitter's in. Flynn starts off with fastball right down the middle, and this is Salborn, number 16. He's the first baseman. We got the bases loaded for the Quincy Comets. No outs in the top of the first. Flynn, ball gets past Carter Havens, and his runner's coming home, and he's going to be there standing up, and that's Torres Garcia scoring on the play. And that's going to give the Comets a 1-0 lead on your Cass Communications scoreboard in the top of the first inning.
Now, when I've seen this B squad play, I mean, the pitching's been pretty good, the fielding's been pretty good. So for me, this is an oddity so far in this ball game, Jared.
Yeah, so far I would agree with you. And that's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And like I said, it's one of those situations where most Class A school B teams, we have a really good younger bunch and we have a good older bunch, and there's a lot of kids playing right now. And I'd say a lot of these kids playing these games would start for some of the teams I've seen so far. So this Quincy B team's a little bit higher caliber B team than we're used to playing.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally.
And the count's 2-2 here. Flynn, the ball fouled off the right-hand side. We still got a 2-2 count here on Salborn, the first baseman, number 16 for the Comets. We got runners at third, and that's Saltweddle, and we got Salisbury at second. And here's the pitch to the plate by Flynn. Fastball taken just high for a full count. That was a tough one to lay off of.
The one thing I'll tell you about Eric Grady, strike zone is consistent from the start of the ball game to the end of the ball game, but he doesn't call the high strike.
Yeah. Fastball in the outside corner for a ball. Runner coming home. He thought there was a runner on base, and we're going to have a run down here. Havens got the ball back, and we're going to tag out the runner. That's a heads-up play by Carter Havens on that play. The kid walked on ball 4, and I think number 27 forgot that the guy in front of him had scored, so he took off walking to the plate, and Havens fired a strike down there to Cale Jackson, and he fired it back to Havens for an out. So that's going to put Salbon at first base and Salisbury at second. If I remember correctly, that was a courtesy runner that came in, and courtesy ran for the catcher also. So you don't want to come in and make those mistakes, showing coach a chance to run here. This brings in Day, number 14. He's the pitcher for the Comets today. Fastball right down the middle, taken for strike 1. And that's a 1-1 count on Day. Comets has runners at second and first with 1 out and a 1-1 count today. Flynn checks the runner. Fastball on outside corner. Flynn's rushing just a bit. He better make sure he comes set there. He about didn't come set on that one. And Flynn gets a sign from Havens. Right to the plate he comes. Fastball on the outside for ball 2. 2-2 count.
Looked to me like he overthrew that pitch, that he's trying to throw it too hard.
Yeah, if you watch his front side, he's missing outside and without, and the runners are going. And they're there safety. If you watch his front glove hand is flying open. A lot of right-handed pitchers will do that. Young guys, it just flies open. And if you can keep that tucked in that armpit, it makes a huge difference of where that ball's going. Fastball swung and a miss, and that is strike 3 for the second out of the inning. And Day strikes out, and that's going to bring up Mueller. Mueller is the DH today. He's number 17. He's a nice, tall-looking kid. I'd say most of these kids are probably 7th graders. I don't think they have 6th graders on their team, so mostly 7th graders here for the Comets. Ball outside for ball 1. We got Salisbury at third base. We got Salbon at second base with 2 outs. Flynn trying to work out of trouble here and limit the damage to 1 run. Pitch on the way, swung and hit right back to Flynn. Flynn's up with it, throws to first base, and Flynn avoids trouble there and gets the 3rd out himself.
With that, Quincy gets 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first, it is Quincy 1 and Brown County coming to bat.
This is Brandon Kindheart with Double K Firearms. Have you ever been in a big box store and saw something you just couldn't live without, only to find out the employee has no idea what he's selling? You know, the same guy that was behind the deli counter the day before. At Double K Firearms, we treat you like family and want you to enjoy your experience while you're here. We buy, sell, and trade new and used firearms and much, much more. We offer an amazing selection and extremely competitive price. We would love to get you set up with whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's for hunting, recreation, or just adding to your collection. That's Double K Firearms, 212 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, or call 217-430-7523. And remember, always support local, and the best time to buy it's when you see it.
Cassing Lumber Company, your do-it-best quality paint dealer, mixes unique paint colors for any project. Bring a sample of your pillows, curtains, or other items, and Cassings will scan them into their computer. Mix your unique color of do-it-best quality paint and save the information. Need a special gift? Cassing's gift department has gifts for everyone. Cassing Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2611.
St. Mary's School offers an excellent education, special activities, affordable tuition, and after-school care in a loving, faith-based family atmosphere. All students, kindergarten through 8th grade, are one-on-one, which means each student has their own iPad. If 5 or more students commit to attend St. Mary's School from Rushville and or Beardstown, St. Mary's can provide free transportation to and from school. It's not too late to register. Call Melissa at 217-773-2825 to schedule a tour today.
Dee Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on the broadcast on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more. Junior high baseball today, it's the B team action. It's our younger kids playing today. And as we go to the bottom of the first inning, the Cass Communication scoreboard shows Quincy on the board with 1 and Brown County coming to bat. Jared, you got the play-by-play.
And Alex Beheimer steps in for the Hornets. He's going to lead off. Alex has been pretty hot in the last couple of B innings he's played. See what he can do here. And the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The pitcher right now for the Quincy Comets is Day. And Beheimer steps in there. Beheimer normally catches for the Hornets in these B games, so I'm sure he'll catch after Havens. And here's the pitch by Day. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1.
One of the things, Jared, with the great Little League program we have, usually coaches are struggling to find good catchers. You might have one and that's it. We have several people on this whole junior high baseball team that can catch.
Yep, you are correct. As Beheimer looks at an outside strike for strike 2, and I think the game's changing too. A lot of college coaches wants that athletic catcher. The stigma of the big kid behind the plate is kind of gone. You need an active catcher, and that ball is inside for ball 2. You know, and it's good to see all these kids behind the plate, because I think as a catcher you got to stay mentally focused more than anybody else. You know, it helps them learn the game and stay focused, and I think that's why a lot of former catchers, major league catchers, are good coaches. And the ball is swung and missed for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning for the Comets, and Alex Beheimer goes down on strikes. That's going to bring in Connor Flynn. Connor Flynn's number 34. He's the man on the mound for the Hornets right now. He's a left-handed batter. And here's the pitch by Day. Swing and fouled back for strike 1.
Now, is he a switch hitter?
Nope, he is just a left-hander. We have a slew of left-handed hitters here in these younger levels.
Really?
Yes.
Now, it was a rarity in the day. Todd Stinson, whose son Briar plays over at Rushville, Todd threw right, batted left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I've been here, I've had more left-handed throwers bat right than the other way around.
Really?
Yep.
Ah.
Nathan Goudshaw comes to mind. He's a lefty that batted right-handed. Lovey Llewellyn's another guy that, no, Lovey's straight. Yeah, he's a left-handed. He bats right-handed. And that's a ball for Connor Flynn. That's one ball and 1 strike, the scoreboard says. And there's a strike.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. 1 and 2 on Flynn. And Day gets his sign from his catcher. That's Saltwater. Ball taken on the outside for ball 2. 2 and 2 count here. 1 out in the Hornets' bottom half of the first inning. And Day brings it to the plate. Fastball outside. Good eye by Flynn. Flynn has worked the count back to full here, trying to help himself out in this situation. We'll see how that ankle's been doing. He's kind of been hobbling around on his ankle the last couple weeks. Looks a lot better on the mound today. Strike 3 on the outside corner for strike 2, and that's a second strikeout for Day so far. So 2 Hornets have been up and 2 Hornets have been set down via the strikeout. That's going to bring in Trey Fullerton. Fullerton's number 19. Ball inside. Looks like Trey forgot his spikes today.
I'm going to pick on Brian Ingram a little bit here. Eric Grady behind the plate. I see more of the pitch from on this side of the table than I normally get to see when Brian's behind the plate.
I got you for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. I noticed that too the other day. I had a hard time seeing some of those smaller batters when Brian was down there. He needs to get in a more athletic stance, I believe, so we can see. And it's a 1-1 count to Trey. Ball fouled over the Hornets dugout for strike 2.
Yeah, that was inside.
Mm-hmm. Trey's a big kid. He got those hands in there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch. One, 2 count on Fullerton. Day gets his sign. Pitch to the plate. Fastball outside, just missed. Real good location by Day, though. That's a tough one to lay off of.
And like I said, Eric Grady doesn't call the high strike, but he does call that outside strike.
Trust me, I know. We live out there at the high school level. And here's the pitch by Day, and 2-2 count. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and Day strikes out the side of the Hornets.
3 strikeouts in the inning. as we head to the top of the second inning. Quincy with a lead 1-0 after one full inning of play on the Cass Communications scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages.
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. On behalf of our entire family, we wish the best of luck to all the Hornet teams this season. Jamie and I have always been so proud of the athletic programs in the Brown County School District, which was such an important part of our own children's formative years. We are honored and humbled to have served so many families in Brown County and pledge to continue the tradition of assisting families with the dignity and compassion our community deserves. Thank you, and go Hornets!
Cascom offers fiber optic services to your business needs with a local 24/7 support. Whether you are a small or large-sized business, Cascom has the correct level of broadband and services you need to help grow and be successful. There will be no time for downtime when you are trying to be reliable for your business. Upgrade business needs today and call Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Mount Sterling Savings Center, conveniently located at 201 West Main, the intersections of routes 24 and 99, is a branch of the Beardstown Savings located at 301 South Main. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
B&N Trucking is
Good afternoon. BC Hornet Sports on the air today with Junior High B team baseball today. Quincy and Brown County as we head to the top of the second inning. Quincy with the lead 1-0 after one inning of play. And the Quincy pitcher seems to be into the ballgame. He's got 3 strikeouts and 3 batters. Jared?
Yeah, he did a real good job moving the ball inside and outside, up and down. Haven't seen any breaking pitches, but he did a real good job throwing strikes. And at this level, that's really half the battle, or any level, that's half the battle.
Well, that's been my saying my whole life. Throw strikes.
Yeah.
If you have control is better than any other pitch you can have. That's your best pitch in the bag.
Yep, and that's what I tell my pitchers. I have no defense for a walk. I can't stop that. There's nothing I can do about that. That's all you. There's no defense for a walk out there, and that's a free base, and make those kids beat you. And as we said, that number 18, that's Ruth walking up. He's the left fielder for the Quincy Comets. He's number 18. Flynn's still on the mound for the Hornets, and to the plate it comes. That's a fastball outside taken for ball 1. And Connor working off the windup here today. It's good to see young guys work it off both. And here's the pitch for Connor. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1.
Well, Connor plays a lot of travel ball, so he gets a lot of experience, and you've got to go up to that next level when you're playing that ball.
I agree. Fastball swung on for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on number 18 of the Quincy Comets. And Flynn bringing it to the plate. Ball high. 2-2 count on Ruth. Flynn checks his sign from Havens. The wind and the pitch. Fastball outside for ball 3. He's starting to open up just a hair again. Connor back on the rubber. Outside again for ball 4. And that is his 3rd walk of the game so far, I believe.
That would be correct.
That's going to bring in number 5, Fink. He's playing right field for the Comets. We'll see how they want to play this. They're in the bottom half of the order. Expect maybe a sacrifice bunt, or they were aggressive on the base pass. We'll check the runner first here. And there's a good check. Good job by Flynn. On a pickoff move. No sign from either coach right now. So we've got to expect nothing right now. Flynn from the belt. Pitch strike 1. 1-1 count. 1-1 count here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Comets on the Cass Communications scoreboard. And Flynn fires a strike on the outside corner for strike 2, but the runner gets the second on the ball scooting past Havens. So that's going to be a pass ball on Havens. That runner moves up in scoring position now. Batter at the plate, Fink is down 0-2. Ruth is now at second. Vince Little coming in for the hold, bouncing back and forth. Fastball outside corner called, strike 3, and that's the first out for the Hornets. That's Flynn's second strikeout of the evening.
Again, outside corner.
Yep. Outside corner is there. Number 13, Turner, steps in for the Comets. He's a number 9 hole batter. Ball high for ball 1.
Really trying to get your batters to step toward that pitch. And if you step toward it and you feel like your back can't hit it, you can always stop.
Yep.
But you got to commit to that outside pitch. And it's a good pitch to take the opposite way.
And the pitch by Flynn, strike on the outside corner once again. Yeah, it's the hardest thing for young kids because they want to pull the ball, they want to hit the ball to left field, where all their strength is. But I mean, your good hitters can go gap to gap power. And here's the pitch by Flynn, fastball right down the middle, swung and missed for strike 2.
One of the biggest things that I hate to see in Major League Baseball is the shift, but the shift has come because people cannot hit certain pitches.
Yes, and they pitch to the shift.
Yep.
Fastball over the head of Turner. Good job by Havens of snagging that to run the count 2-2. Connor Flynn checks on the runner. Little with the hold. Pitch to the plate. Ball high. High and outside. Runs the count full here. Full count, 1 out. Runner at second. Turner is your batter. Flynn delivers to the plate. Ball outside and wide for ball 4.
I think with base on balls usually turn into runs.
Yep. Especially early, and especially to the bottom half of the lineup. And this is going to bring up their leadoff hitter. This is Torres Garcia. He's a shortstop. He doubled to right field last inning. We got some switches out there for the Hornets, too. We got Trey Fullerton. Looks like he's at shortstop now. Jack Sefton's now at third. And the pitch. Fastball taken for strike 1. Looks like we have
Micah Henry and
center, right? I think Micah's in center. And it looks like we got Drew Market in left and Drew Schuyler in right, I believe. Fastball outside for ball 1. We got Evan Howell and Vince Little over on the right side of the infield also. Havens is still behind the plate. Now 1-1 count here to Torres Garcia. Fastball dribbled down the right side. It's going to be a tough play. We're going to have to hurry. And he is there safely. It's kind of that in-between. They call that PFPs in the professional or the pitcher fielding practice. Behind that ball right between the pitcher, first base, and second base, where one guy has to field it and one of the other two has to get to the base.
And the momentum for the pitcher, particularly coming off the mound, should be going to the left-hand side for a right-hand pitcher.
If you draw a right angle to that first base, that's where you want that pitcher running to on that. That's going to be load up the bases here, and now that's Saltwetter. He's up for the Quincy Comets. We got the bases loaded for them. And the pitch by Flynn. Ball hit almost in the same area, but Vince Little's going to have a play on it. The first base he comes with it, and he gets the out for out number 2, but that run's going to score, and that is number 18. That's Ruth coming in for the score. We got runners at second and third. Number 23 is Salisbury, a left-handed number 3 hitter for the Comets, and we got runners at third and second with 2 outs. Ball driven to the second baseman. That's Little. Little's up with it, throws to first base, and the Hornets are out of the inning, managing only giving up 1 run.
So the Hornets give up 1 run on actually only 1 hit and 2 men left on base. As we head to the bottom half of the second, Cass Communications scoreboard now says Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in coming to bat.
B&N Trucking is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-oriented, family values approach to business, offering tandem, hopper bottoms, dump, and van trailer hauling options for grain, fertilizer, aggregate hauling, and OTR deliveries, licensed and fully insured in all 48 states. If you need something hauled or want to be part of our team as a driver or owner-operator, call B&N Trucking at 217-289-3555 today.
Enjoy your journey by dreaming big. It's Sarah Hoots here with All About Dance and More LLC in Mount Sterling, Illinois. The AADM mission is to instill a lifelong appreciation for the art of dance within a safe studio environment. We will provide professional dance and tumbling instruction that encourages students of all ages and skill levels to excel to their full potential. New season online registration is now open and classes begin September 8th. Visit us on Facebook, All About Dance and More, LLC.
Burnett's Plumbing Company. It's good to know someone you trust when your home is giving you a headache. Burnett's Plumbing has been helping customers solve household plumbing problems in Brown County for 7 years. Their mission is to provide Brown County and the surrounding area with quality, timely, and professional plumbing service. Give Burnett's Plumbing a call at 217-773-3008. That's 217-773-3008, where they believe a flush is better than a full house.
The rain.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on the broadcast on BC Hornet Sports as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. It is Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball. Jared Hoots with the play-by-play.
Carter Havens stepping in to lead off the inning for the Hornets. He's batting the 4-0 and big swing and miss for strike one. Day had an impressive first inning of work for the Comets where he struck out all three Hornet batters. Carter Havens, Micah Henry, and then Evan Howe is on deck for the Hornets. Havens swings and misses for strike two.
Well, I'm going to do the thing that you don't do for your home team. Let's talk about that. He's got a no-hitter going so far.
Right, there we go.
Maybe we can jinx that.
There's nothing wrong with that. And that ball is hit over the right side. I tell you what, speaking of no-hitters, Maverick Henry threw a beautiful gem yesterday for the Hornets A-team and pulled out a win 1-0 over the Rushville University Rockets in a huge seeding game, if you will, for regionals. And he threw a whale of a game where he gave up only 2 hits and pitched out a great jam there in the 7th inning. Havens fouls it straight back at us to stay alive 0-2.
Want to thank our YouTube watchers today. If you're watching on YouTube, send us a comment there about what we can do. We're giving you just a single camera view just because of time and setting things up and taking things down, and particularly today when the weather could switch on us.
And that's a swing and miss by Havens on an inside pitch. And that is strike 3 and 4 up and 4 down so far via the strikeout for Mr. Day. Micah Henry steps up. Mike is a lefty. He was out in center field last inning, wearing number 23. Fastball outside for strike 1. And Mr. Day so far hasn't done anything fancy other than just throw strikes and move it in and out. Day gets his sign from his catcher. Comes set. Pitch to the plate. Ball outside. There we go. We got 2 balls in a row. Maybe we're getting somewhere.
Hopefully we brought that jinx on.
We're trying. We're trying awful hard. And the pitch to the plate by Day. Strike on that outside corner for strike 1.
Now today it's not as big an issue. We were talking more left-handed hitters than used to be playing the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchers used to have problems throwing to left-handed batters because they just didn't see them that often.
Yeah, and that's, you watch Boylan, for us, he seems like he gets a lot because he's a little smaller. He gets a lot of balls thrown at him because they're not quite sure how to pitch to him. He does a great job, Thomas, of handling the bat in that situation. Ball outside, and that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be the first base runner for the Hornets this evening, and that's Micah Henry. So Henry's on first. Evan Howe's up to the plate. Cale Jackson is in the hole. Evans at first base today for the Hornets. Mike is off first base. Ball outside. Low for ball 1.
Tell you what, if you'd like to send me a text message, 217-740-9234. That's 217-740-9234. Tell me where you're listening from, and just let us know where you're listening, and we'd like to know. We've had an instance where Barrett's mom was in France and England.
Yeah.
Last summer or the summer before, and was watching at 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's a cool thing to be able to provide this service for everybody watching Brown County sports. And the count's 2-0 to Hal, and that's going to be 3-0, and that's 5 balls in a row here by Day. Evan's definitely taken on this situation, but yeah, it's a very cool thing, that's for sure. I know I enjoy it whenever we were traveling to Alabama during the winter time this past year. We were being the driver's ed teacher, I won't say that we were watching the game on YouTube while I was driving, but it was pulled up on the YouTube, and I was listening to it anyway. Maybe glanced down a couple times or two to see it, but no, it was pretty cool to be able to do that. And that's
I know Vlad's mom usually stays home, and she watches on the TV.
Yep.
Streams it to the TV, and I tell you what, I've seen some of the views that we give during basketball with multi-cameras and football, and it's a pretty safe place to stay home and watch.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the count has run full here on Evan Howe. He just fouled that one down the left field line. Had a nice cut on it. We got a full count here on Evan Howe. We got 1 out. Micah Henry's at first base. We got a 2-0 game on the Cats Communication scoreboard here in the bottom half of the second. And there's a check. And then Coach Utz's pet peeve kicks in. I like for the pitchers to throw that. A lot of wasted energy in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Even show your B move.
Yeah.
Or your C move in that case.
Roll the ball to first. And a swing and a miss by Howell. And that's going to be out in number 2. And that's going to bring up Cale Jackson. Cale's playing third base for the Hornets. Wyatt Cassing is on deck if Jackson can reach base. Mike is still with his lead. There's a check on the run, and it gets past him, and Mike is going to be on the way to second. And he's going to be there cleanly as that ball got away from the first baseman.
Okay, Jared, we got a message here. We got a mom from Quincy listening to it. She is the mom of number 6, and she says it's pronounced Saltweedle.
Saltweedle.
Or Weddle.
Saltweddle.
She can tell me whether that's Weddle or Weedle. Send me that into the pronunciation. We got the salt right.
Ball low.
And I'm saying the way it's showing up here is Saltweddle.
Saltweddle. Well, half the problem is I teach driver's ed, and the other half problem is I can't read my own writing. So we are down to strike 2. But that young man's doing a good job behind the plate for the Quincy team. The ball kind of gets away from there, and the ball is, and Micah Henry is on the way to third. So the old announcer's jinx worked again in that situation.
We appreciate our visiting fans. We try to call a fair ball game, but I remind people that the name of the station is BC Hornet Sports. But we're like Cardinal. We're both Cardinal fans, and we appreciate good play by any team at any time. That's
right, and that's a swing and a miss for Jackson. It's a 2-1 count on Jackson here. The Hornets have their first run of the game 80 feet away. Day gets his sign from Saltweedle. And the pitch to the plate, and the swing and a miss by Jackson. And that count now, 2s are wild. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 2-0 to score on your Cats Communication scoreboard. Jackson has that open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Day delivers to the plate. Fastball swung and a miss, and that's going to end the inning for the Hornets.
And that's 6 strikeouts for him. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base with a walk. As we head to the top of the third inning, it is Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing on the Cats Communication scoreboard. You're listening to BC Hornet Sports and Brown County Junior High Baseball versus Quincy.
Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Cassing, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773-3851.
Hey, do you know anyone looking for a new job in Mount Sterling? A Rustic Garden hires locally, and they could be looking for you to help out. Entry-level jobs make a great way to build your resume. So visit arusticgardens.com and apply on their jobs website, arusticgarden.com, Mount Sterling, Illinois. When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more. Cass Communication Scoreboard says Quincy Junior High, the B team, 2, and Brown County's B team, nothing. Jared, beautiful day, and a change on the mound. We have Wyatt Cassing on the rubber. Dad better take the pole out of the wherever he's fishing, and be watching the rest of the ball game now.
Yep, I think he's watching pretty intently now. We got Wyatt Cassing on the hill. We also got Alex Beheimer behind the plate. See if I can find any other changes. Myers Maxwell is at second base now. First base looks like Connor Flynn's now at first base, and Wyatt throws the first pitch high for ball 1. Looks like Micah Henry is now out in left field. Brody Phelps is in center. And right field, I believe, is either Drew Schuyler or Drew Market. I can't tell from this angle. And Wyatt throws outside for ball 2. Number 16 is up, and that's, let me check my notes. Sawborn, yeah, he is the first baseman for the Quincy Comets. Fastball high, taken. 3 balls and no strikes.
It's 2 A's in that last name, right?
Yep.
S-A-A?
Yep.
So I'd say it'd be like Ballman.
Yep.
So it'd be
Sawburn.
Yep.
3 balls and no strikes here on Sawburn. Ball misses outside for ball 4. And first runner reaches here against Cassing is Sawburn. That's going to bring up Day. Day struck out in his last at bat. He's doing some mighty fine pitching so far for the Comets. He's got all 6 strikeouts, or all 6 outs are recorded by strikeouts by Day. And a move by Cassing over. Check on the runner for being safe. That's Flynn on the receiving end over there at first base. That's Sawburn over at first base. Day's your batter, right-handed, against Wyatt Cassing. Cassing brings it to the plate. Fastball outside. Got 1 ball and no strike on Day. Some signs given, so expect something to happen here. Sawborn probably going. Let's see if Mr. Beheimer can throw him out, or Wyatt can give a nice move here to get him out. And there's the move to first, and he is safe. Cassing gets his sign from Beheimer. And Cassing delivers the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
I didn't go for that outside pitch.
Yep.
That was out strike zone.
Yep. That was almost on the chalk on the other side. We got Vlad is now manning third base. Looks like Jack Sefton is short. Cassing another check on the runner, and he's back safely.
I like his move to first base.
Yep. I'm sure his uncle, Lovey Llewellyn, worked out with him a lot. Lovey had a really good move when he was in high school and a left-handed pitcher. I'm sure that he's helped him a lot with that. Fastball driven to the shortstop, a jumping catch, and the runner is off first base, and that is
double play.
That is Carter Havens at shortstop, it looks like. Yep, Carter Havens caught that in the air. The runner was going, so that's a double play ball that Wyatt Cassing was looking for. Now we got 2 outs here. Number 17, Mueller steps in. He's the DH. He grounded one back to the pitcher on an inside fastball last at bat. Cassing brings it to the plate. Fastball for strike 1. A lot more confidence with that pitch, it looked like.
That helps you.
Oh, it does.
When your defense plays behind you like that as a pitcher, that gives you confidence.
Yep, and you got to take consideration. A lot of these, Flynn's a 6th grader, Cassing's a 6th grader. There's a hit by
nice
Vlad.
Grab.
Backhand. Flynn with
can't
close.
backhand it.
Yep, a close play there. Vlad with a nice backhand stab with that. Mueller hit that ball well. Vlad, on that situation, one of the third basemen don't understand is you got a lot of time to make that throw. He gather his feet and make a strong throw over there. Would have had him.
So you calling that an E5?
Sure do. That's an E5. That is an E5 on the play.
Yep, you got to when you make a good play like that, you got to make sure that the throw matches the play you just made.
Yep. People like to rush those situations. And that's ball one. You know, you have a lot more time because that ball was hit really hard. You have a lot more time to make that play than you realize. You're just so excited you make that play.
Well, sometimes you're just so amazed that when you backhanded it, you got the ball.
The ball's in your glove.
It's
You're correct.
Pure shock.
Oh, and the ball gets away from Beheimer, and that's going to let Mueller go down to second base.
Beheimer needs to tell Grady to keep his legs closer together.
Yeah.
That went right through Eric's legs.
Well, Grady is a former catcher himself back in high school, so I'm surprised he didn't drop to his knees and take that one off the chest. We got a 1 ball and 1 strike here, and that is Ruth up to bat. Ball in the dirt right above. Beheimer gets it. Good job of keeping that one in the dirt circle there. And Mueller didn't want to take the chance there. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Ruth. Ruth walked his last at bat and scored a run in the second inning. Gasson gets his sign. Maxwell with the hold at second. Move. He's back safely. Carter Havens is the man at shortstop. We got Maxwell and Havens up the middle. 6th grade combination there. And the pitch by Cassing. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. Great location on that pitch. Got a 2-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. A 2-0 game. Remember this, there are 2 5-inning doubleheaders. And the pitch by Cassing. Inside, gets away from Beheimer, and that's going to allow the runner to third base. He's 80 foot away now, and that runner is Mueller, who reached on the air.
Full house on the board, 2 3s, 3 2s.
That's right. Full count. Cassing to the plate. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and gets him out of the jam.
Now, one thing I noticed on that is that pitch tails, it looks like it's going to be way inside, but it's laid on the tail.
Yes.
So it crosses the plate, and it's a strike. With that, as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's still Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball. This is B-team action. We'll on the Cass Communications scoreboard. We'll be back.
Banks are involved in every aspect of our daily lives. They support us as we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like purchasing that new car, opening a small business, buying or building a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. Bank with a partner you can trust and count on. Farmer State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling. Locally owned, locally operated, locally dedicated. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Henry Automotive, they believe in honest, hometown service. They have the latest in technology and tools and are equipped for any job. So, whether it's an oil change, scheduled maintenance, a check engine light, or a major repair, Doug and Darren Henry, your ASE certified mechanics, are standing by to get you back on the road. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690 East Street, Mount Sterling. Just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road. Drive 1.8 miles and look for the big blue and yellow sign. Call Henry Automotive at 773-9066. Once again, that's Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
Steve Surratt and Jared Hoots back with you on BC Hornet Sports as we get ready for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wyatt Cassing comes to bat, and Jared Hoots will have the play-by-play.
Yeah, Wyatt Cassing steps in from the left-handed batter's box. He's trying to help himself on the mound right now. The ball swung at and missed for strike 1. It might have been fouled off. I'm not for sure. Got these fancy headphones on me today. I can't hear too much other than myself in my ears. So couldn't hear the tink of the bat on that one. We got a 0-1 count on Wyatt Cassing here. Day is still on the mound for the Comets. And the pitch by Day, driven right back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And that gets by the center fielder, but not far enough for Wyatt to do anything with. And that's a good start to the Hornets' bottom of the 3rd inning. Wyatt Cassing leads off with a single up the middle. And that's going to bring up Vince Little.
First hit of the day for Brown County.
Yeah, that's the first time we put the ball in play.
Let's see what we can do from here on out.
And the pitch by Day, Little swings and misses for strike 1. We've got some good wheels at the plate, good wheels at first base, so we'll get those wheels on base and do something with it. Casson gets his lead from first. Day looks in from Saltwettle, and he steps off. Haven't had any runners yet, so haven't seen the arm of Saltwettle yet. Day gets his sign, gives a good check on Cassing, and the pitch. Cassing's off with the pitch, and it's fouled straight back by Little. So we're gonna have to do it all over again. Did you happen to see Weeders at bat the other day where he took 21 pitches?
No.
And I think at number 12 they were full counts, and he fouled 7 off, so those runners had to run that many times.
Oh, jeez.
The bases were loaded. 21 pitch at bat.
Wow.
And Cassing gets his lead again, an 0-2 count on Little. Check on Cassing.
Oh, high
and the
throw.
Gets away, and that stays in play, which might help us out. And Cassing is on his way down to second with no throw, and he rounds it. So now we got a runner in scoring position. Little is down 0-2 count. Now this is the time we've talked about in a lot of the A games where we just need contact. In these games, we need to put the bat on the ball with 2 strikes, put it on the ground, move the runner over. Day to the plate, inside.
Oh!
Somehow he hit it.
Yeah.
The ball.
He was ducking, and the bat just happened to make contact, I think, Jared.
That was self-defense, and I don't think you could do that twice. It's one of those times that he tried to avoid the ball so well he hit it. It was.
That's why they tell you if the ball's coming at you, drop your bat.
Yeah.
Get rid of your bat.
Turn to the inside. Yep. Let it hit you in the back. We got an 0-2 count on Little once again. Cassing's off for third, up with a Saltwettle. That ball's going to go into left field. He's going to be there safely. That
stolen
was
base.
Yep, a stolen base. On that one, Saltwettle has to clear the batter. He kind of tried to go over Little in that situation, which now you have to take that side step to clear yourself to make that throw. Now that runner's 80 feet away, and that's Wyatt Cassing. Little's up in a 1-2 count. And the pitch swung on and missed for strike.
Maybe
3.
I was wrong. Maybe, as quick as he likes those inside pitches.
Yeah, he is. It's one of those things. On those, he's trying to get that run home. Expanded the strike zone a little bit. That's bringing up Meyer Maxwell with 1 out. Meyer played second base last inning, and he takes ball inside. Meyer Maxwell playing second base for the Hornets. Also played a little third. He's played some outfield. Cassing gets his lead off first. And a pitch from Day. Inside, spun out of the way of it. And I think Cassing's messing with Day a little bit down there, and the catcher. He's getting some nice aggressive leads right now, and they're really looking at him. A 2-0 count here on Meyer. And a pitch to the plate. Fastball low for ball 3. We got Brody Phelps as the on-deck batter for the Hornets. And then if anybody gets on, Vlad is up after that. Day to the plate. Taken high for ball 4. And that's going to get the second runner of the day for the Hornets. And that's Meyer Maxwell is at first. Wyatt Cassing's at third. So you probably expect a steal here.
Day with 2 base on balls and 6 or 7 strikeouts for the day.
Yep.
So that's a rarity for him to put that guy on base.
And Brody Phelps is up. Brody is taking outside, no throw. So now we got 2 runners in scoring position. That's Maxwell at second, Cassing at third. Phelps on the dish. Really good wheels out there right now for the Hornets.
And a pretty good bunter, too.
Yep. Guy that can handle the bat well. He roped a single last night game against Rushville, I saw. And that's inside. And that's 6 straight by Mr. Day.
I'm not so sure with this speed I'd try to I would manufacture a run right now.
You got a lot of speed, and right now the first baseman struggled a little bit with some throws, whether it be from the pitcher over there. We've missed a couple. But that is 7 straight balls by Day. I'd say if he walks him, you might get a visit from the coach here. Day comes set in a 3-0 count to Phelps. Ball low for ball 4, and now we are at the bases loaded. Vlad Rivarchek is coming in. He's been in right field, and here comes the coach from Quincy. he's going to come out and have a chat with Mr. Day right now.
With that, we'll take a quick station break. We're in the bottom half of the third inning, and it's Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball B team action.
Thinking about replacing a furnace or building a home? Confused by the options? Contact the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling about GeoComfort geothermal systems. Harness the energy stored in the earth to provide your heating and cooling. Geothermal is extremely efficient, safe, and environmentally friendly. It could save you up to 70% on your heating and cooling bills. Call the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling at 217-773-2626 to discover the best option for your home.
Stacy Rat, Jared Hoots back with you. Vlad Rabarchek up to bat. Bases loaded. Bottom of the third inning. Brown County down 2-0. And one out in the inning. And Jared, you got it back.
And Vlad swung and missed at the first pitch. And now here comes the second pitch from Day. Inside for ball one. As a coach, you'd like to see him take that one there because that means a run. One of those you can turn into on the inside, and that's an automatic run. And you don't see a lot of kids do that nowadays. I know when I played, it was like kind of a badge of honor when you did stuff like that.
Oh, right down
fastball
central.
taken for strike two. I played with a kid at McMurray that got hit 23 times one year. Set the record.
Wow.
He couldn't hit very well. He knew that was the only way to stay in the lineup is to get hit. And we got a 1-2 count on Vlad. Ball fouled down the left field. Good hustle by the catcher, first baseman, and pitcher, but it was just out of the reach.
You mean it's kind of like me in playing basketball. I wasn't going to win any awards, but if I could get fouled a lot when I went in and go to and make free throws, I was going to get in the ball game late when they were fouling.
I thought you were going to tell me you were the guy fouling people. You were the foul guy.
I was that guy too.
I got you. And we got a 1-2 count on Vlad. Everybody has a roll. And here's a pitch by Day. And it's fouled back again by Vlad. And Vlad's up there fighting, trying to get those runs in.
You go back and you talk about redoing time.
Yep.
This era of being able to put your hand on people and push a little bit, I could have survived in basketball at this point.
There you go.
Instead of being in foul trouble all the time.
As long as you don't do it at the top of the key, you're okay.
Yeah, underneath.
Vlad's still that 1-2 count. He's fouled off 2 pitches to stay alive here. Day gets his sign from Saltweddle. Ball low for a 2-2 count now.
Vlad is 2 doors down from me out in East Lake, and good young man, good parents.
Looks like Quincy's got number 27 warming up here in the side bullpen here. And here's the pitch by Day.
Ooh.
Swung. Vlad probably swung at ball 3 there again. Another self-defense swing.
Either that or he's going for that inside pitch like you were talking about.
Yeah.
He heard you talking, so he thought he'd give it a try.
That was way inside, though. And we got a 2-2 count. We're going to redo it again. We got Phelps at first. We got Cassing at third. Ooh, strike on the outside corner. Meyer Maxwell is at second base. So that's a strikeout of Vlad, and that's going to bring up Drew Schuyler. Drew Schuyler was out in, I believe, left field last inning. Drew wears number 6. He's a 7th grader. And here's a pitch by Day. Schuyler fouls it down the left side to the fence. If Schuyler reaches, looks like Jack Sefton is going to be the next hitter.
Base hit, might score 2.
I think base hit, probably if he gets a gap, there's a chance. Meyer Maxwell should be running on contact. All runners should be running on contact. If you find a gap, I think Brody Phelps would score also. And here's Day. And the pitch. The ball is rolled to the shortstop. He's going to have to hurry. And he got it clean. What a nice play by the shortstop there. That's Torres Garcia for the Quincy Comets to get them out of a jam.
So at the end of 3 innings, Brown County with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. The Cass Communications scoreboard says Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball action.
At Brown County State Bank, our interest is in the students of our community. We think it's important to reward students for their hard work. With our Hoorays for A program, students can earn cash for their savings account. Plus, the students in school will be entered into an annual grand prize contest. Stop in the Brown County State Bank for Hooray for A's rules. Brown County State Bank, 101 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender.
Culbertson is the heart of the communities we serve. As we introduce our new logo and refreshed brand, we want you to know that we pledge to maintain the highest quality standard of care you expect here at Culbertson Memorial Hospital. We continue to remain committed to our care promise. What is our care promise? Care that proves to our customers that we do our best to meet their needs. Attitudes that demonstrate that we are here to serve our communities. Respect for all who enter our doors. Exceed the expectations of our patient. Culbertson Memorial Hospital in Rushville, empowering your health and healing.
The Mount Sterling Community Center YMCA features a 3,000 square foot fitness center with walking track and a full line of equipment. From group exercise classes to our new toddler zone to youth sports, there truly is something for every member of the family. But more than that, our real mission is rooted in our community. Through the past few months, your Y has continuously searched for needs to fill. We have served you from afar through initiatives including emergency childcare, grocery delivery, and virtual homework help. When you join the Y, you join more than a gym. You join an organization committed to serving the community in which we all live, work, and play.
When it comes to your money.
Jared Hoots coming back with you on the broadcast today. As we go to the top of the fourth, it's Quincy and Brown County, and Quincy leading 2-0 in junior high boys baseball. Jared Hoots back with you on the play-by-play.
Wyatt Casting out there for his second inning of work, and he is starting off by facing Fink. Okay, Fink is playing right field for the Comets. He struck out in his last at-bat. Then we got Fink, and then we got Turner, and then Torres Garcia rounding off the guys due up. If anybody gets on, it's Saltweddle, the catcher for the Comets. And Casting's back on the bump here. Gets his sign. Ball low for the second ball of the inning. Looks like out here we got Cale Jackson's at third. At shortstop, looks like Eli Staten. Second base is Meyer Maxwell. Pitch by Casting, gets by Beheimer to the fence for ball three. Fullerton is now at first base. Looks like Drew Market is in right. Center field is Micah Henry, and Vlad is out in left. And Casting delivers to the plate. Fastball called strike one.
Weird thought through my head. You know how there's Where's Waldo?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do Where's Vlad?
Where's Vlad? Yeah.
Where's Vlad?
Yeah, they're moving around an awful lot. As long as I don't have to pronounce his last name. And that's a ball hit to Fullerton. Fullerton stays down on it, gobbles it up, touches the base for the first out inning. Good job by Casting coming back in the count to get that ground ball. Yeah, as long as I don't have to pronounce his last name too many times.
Rivarchek?
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, there's some names that I can't pronounce. Once again, why I don't teach certain subjects like English. This brings up the number 9 hitter, Turner. He's wearing number 13, playing third base for the Comets. Fastball taken outside by Casting.
I think Eric Grady would be the exception to the coach teaching English.
Yes. Yeah, you don't see too many coaches teaching. You know, you have a few math teachers, you have a few science teachers, a few history teachers, but you really don't see too many English coaches.
No.
And I would say Heath Fullerton would be the shop teacher, too. Think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Strike call. We got 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Turner. That's a good inside fastball by Casting. Wyatt's back on the rubber here, pitching from the windup. He winds and fires. Ball popped up on the left field side. Looks like Jackson is underneath it, and he squeezes it for the second out of the inning. And that is Cale Jackson over there at third base.
Torres Garcia up for the third time in this ball game, and he's got, looks like a single and a double in this ball game, Jared.
Yes, he has. He scored a run. He's put the ball on well. He opened up the game with a nice double in the right center field gap, and he had made a real nice play coming in on that last play by Drew Schuyler to throw him out. This is the first time of facing Casting. That's a ball outside by Cassing. Torres Garcia steps into the plate. Right-handed hitter here for the Comets. And the pitch by Cassing. Swung on and missed for strike one. And we're in the top of the fourth inning. A 2-0 ball game. The Quincy Comets are on top of your Brown County Hornets on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Once again, a reminder, we're playing 2 5-inning games. So if you think about it, in a normal game, this is a 6th inning. We only have 6 outs left. And here's the pitch by Cassing. Ball fouled. A nice athletic play by Saltweeder in the on-deck circle to try to bat that down with his bat with his shin gear on, but he didn't make the play. We got a 1-2 count here on Torres Garcia. And Wyatt comes to the plate. Breaking pitch it looked like in that situation. Got a nice little breaking ball by Wyatt Cassing there. Just fouled off by Term Garcia.
Well, he's one of those left-handers that has just natural movement on. If you've got a breaking ball, sometimes you can't tell the difference between his breaking ball and just a regular pitch sometimes.
Yeah, he's got some nice tail, a good movement into those right-handed hitters. And that ball is fouled down the or the first base side. Yeah, he does. He comes in well to right-handers. It's one of those things that you get it started on the inside and let it slide to the outside corner. You're going to get a lot of broken bats if they're wooden, but a lot of those hand shots on these aluminum BB Core bats. And Cassing lines back up. And here's the pitch. Breaking pitch just missed, it looked like. Took a little bit off of that one. And if you notice, Wyatt stands on the far right side of the mound, too.
Which is a different perspective than most pitchers.
Yes.
At least left-handers.
Yes. And the pitch swung on and missed, but the ball gets by Beheimer. And that's going to allow Torres Garcia to get to first base. So that's going to go down as a strikeout and an E2 on the catcher. And leadoff batter, so we probably expect some movement over there at first base. Saltweddle steps in here. The catcher for the Comets have been doing a real nice job behind the plate. Grounded out to the second baseman, and that was Vince Little the last time he was up to bat. And Cassing takes a look at Torres Garcia and the move.
Back in plenty of time.
Yeah, he didn't get a very good lead on that one. It's amazing what a left-hander does to base runners. They get all nervous.
You see a lot of runners that will be heading back towards the bag as soon as they see any kind of movement.
That's why I'd like to steal on the first movement. There he goes. He's off and running. Beheimer gets by him. That's why I like to steal on the first movement on left hand. That way it's going to take 2 throws to get me out if I'm wrong. And that's a ball, I believe. Scoreboard has a strike, but I'm pretty sure that's a ball. Cassing takes a sign. Short comes in behind. Ball goes off.
Ball gets away.
I think that hit the runner. That's out in center field. Micah Henry's up with it to Meyer Maxwell, and that's going to score a run. And that took a funky bounce. I don't know if that hit the runner or if that hit the base, but it hit something.
I think it hit Fullerton's glove.
Did it?
It went off his glove. It was on the opposite side of the bag. The runner was kind of in the way, so to speak, to where he couldn't get a good look to catch it. And I think it went off of his glove out there.
That's one of those unforced errors that led to a run. He got on base by an E2 strikeout, and he scored the run by not having to put the ball in play. In baseball, those will kill you, and that one was below the feet. That was a good job by Saltweddle to get out of the way of that one.
Young man's done a good job catching today.
Yes, he has.
Quincy.
Yes, he has. Very solid back there. And Cassing gets his sign. And here's the pitch by Wyatt. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Beheimer. 2-1 count on Saltweddle. I'm glad umpire Eric Grady said that because I was starting to wonder what the count was. And Cassing gets his sign from the windup, delivers to the plate, outside.
That ball got left-hand movement on it. From my angle here, it looks like it's tailing away from the batter.
Yeah, that one's a tough one. And White delivers again. A little bit. Depends on if he's throwing it. And that's a play by Eli Staten to end the inning there. But the Quincy Comets gained a run that inning.
Got 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and no men left on base as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's still Quincy 2 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball action. We'll be back.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Griggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Griggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Brandon Kindhart with Double K Firearms. Have you ever been in a big box store and saw something you just couldn't live without, only to find out the employee has no idea what he's selling? You know, the same guy that was behind the deli counter the day before. At Double K Firearms, we treat you like family and want you to enjoy your experience while you're here. We buy, sell, and trade new and used firearms and much, much more. We offer an amazing selection and extremely competitive price. We would love to get you set up with whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's for hunting, recreation, or just adding to your collection. That's Double K Firearms, 212 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, or call 217-430-7523. And remember, always support local, and the best time to buy it's when you see it.
Casting Lumber Company, your do-it-best quality paints dealer, mixes unique paint colors for any project. Bring a sample of your pillows, curtains, or other items, and Castings will scan them into their computer. Mix your unique color of do-it-best quality paint and save the information. Need a special gift? Castings Gift Department has gifts for everyone. Casting Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2611.
Steve Surratt, Jarrett Hoots back with you. Bottom of the 4th inning. Brown County down 3-0. As I was wrong on the score. 3-0 on the Cass Communications scoreboard as Quincy has scored a run in the first, a run in the second, and a run in the 4th. And looks like who's up to bat, Jared?
Jack Sefton. Yep, Jack Sefton is up. We got a little bit of a light mist coming down right now, it seems like here. And the pitcher for Quincy is new pitcher, and that ball's grounded down. Oh, hits the bag. That's going to be a fair ball.
No, hit the
the safety base, didn't it? Okay, hit the safety base. My apologies. We don't have that in big boy baseball. Hit the safety back, so it was on the foul territory. The new pitcher for Quincy is, I don't have his number, looks like 27, so it's either Lawson or Parkhill. We'll try to get that for you in between. Got an 0-2 count to Sefton. Breaking pitch high.
Big breaker.
Yep. He tried to throw the Adam Wainwright big 12-6 curveball and didn't come back down. And here's the pitch and a 1-2 count. Fastball outside, and that's the hardest thing for a young kid to do, is throw that breaking pitch and then be able to throw your fastball for a strike in the next pitch. It's the hardest thing to teach. A 2-2 count here on Sefton. And the pitch to the plate, fouled straight back off our BCHornetsports.com sign.
Just as long as it's not off our camera.
That's right. That's right. As long as it doesn't hit that camera, that sign's fine. Number 27 is the pitcher for Quincy. And like I said, that's either Lawson or Parkhill. Breaking pitch swung on out in front of for strike 3. That was a nice off-speed pitch. Looked like a curveball there by number 27. And that's going to bring in Eli Staten. Eli's wearing number 44. Ball fouled straight back. Eli's been in the outfield. He's been at shortstop. He does a little pitching for the Hornets. And a nice play in the field to end the last inning. And to the plate the ball comes. Ball low. Looks like the mist is picking up just a little bit here in Mount Sterling. Temperature staying about the same. Not really a wind and factor. And there's the pitch. Fastball grounded out to the second baseman. He's got it cleanly. Makes the play, and he is out with the play. And that is number 20. It's a new kid, too.
Want to
Mast.
thank Coach Phelps for making sure that we're undercover.
Yeah.
Whether we're doing softball or baseball, the only thing we might have to do if the rain picks up more would be to pull that camera in, so your view is going to change. You're going to see a lot of fencing when we pull that under the screen. So we're hoping that it just stays the way it is right now.
Drew Market steps in, number 21. He's played both corner outfield spots for the Hornets. He looks at a curveball for strike one, and the second pitch is on its way. Ball grounded on the right side. First baseman's got it. He's up with it cleanly for the out, and that's going to do it for the Hornets in the bottom half of the fourth.
As we head to the top of the fifth, it's still Quincy 3 and Brown County nothing in junior high boys baseball on the Cass Communications scoreboard. We'll be back.
St. Mary's School offers an excellent education, special activities, affordable tuition, and after-school care in a loving, faith-based family atmosphere. All students kindergarten through 8th grade are one-on-one, which means each student has their own iPad. If 5 or more students commit to attend St. Mary's School from Rushville and or Beardstown, St. Mary's can provide free transportation to and from school. It's not too late to register. Call Melissa at 217-773-2825 to schedule a tour today.
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. On behalf of our entire family, we wish the best of luck to all the Hornet teams this season. Jamie and I have always been so proud of the athletic programs in the Brown County School District, which was such an important part of our own children's formative years. We are honored and humbled to have served so many families in Brown County and pledge to continue the tradition of assisting families with the dignity and compassion our community deserves. Thank you, and go Hornets!
Cascom offers fiber optic services to your business needs with a local 24/7 support. Whether you are a small or large-sized business, Cascom has the correct level of broadband and services you need to help grow and be successful. There will be no time for downtime when you are trying to be reliable for your business. Upgrade business needs today and call Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Mount Sterling Savings Center, conveniently located at 201 West Main.
And we're back here at Brown County Middle School here. We're in the top of the fifth inning. We had to adjust our camera a little bit because we have some rainfall falling down to keep the equipment all nice and so we can use it again. We don't want to waste all that money on some new equipment on some rain damage anyway. And we got White Cassick still on the mound for Brown County Hornets, and number 4 steps in for the Quincy Crusaders.
Actually, it's kind of weird. Through the chain link fencing,
Yep.
You can see the home plate, you can see first base, you can see mostly third base, but second base is the only place you cannot really see.
We'll just hit a bunch of triples and singles. How about that?
There you go.
We got a 3-1 count here on the Quincy batter. And here's the pitch. Low taken for ball 4. And I believe that was a new batter there for Quincy.
Okay.
That's either Lawson or Parkhill, the guy that is not pitching. And steps in is the first baseman, number 16, and that's Salbin. Cassing takes a look at the runner at first base, and the pitch to the plate. Fastball inside, taken for a ball.
His third inning of work, isn't that
Yes,
correct?
it is. He took over in the second. I'm sorry, he took over in the third inning, so this is his third inning of work. Remember, we're only playing 5. Wyatt gets his sign from Beheimer. Pitch to the plate. Fastball low, taken for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Connor Flynn started the game on the mound for the Hornets. Looks like we got Fullerton at first base. Second base is Howell. Shortstop is Staten, I believe. Third base is Sefton. Left field is Maxwell. Center field is Micah. Henry. And then right field is, that's a tough one. They all look the same that far. Either Drew Market or Drew Schuyler. I really can't tell.
Not Marker, not tall enough, I don't think, for
Might be
Marker.
Drew Schuyler out there. We got a 3-0 count here on Salbin. Nice steady rain right now happening in Mount Sterling. And a pickoff attempt by Cassing. Game's kind of slowed down a little bit with the rain right now, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that. I hope we get not only this one finished out, but I'd like to see us play the second one.
Yep, we got a nice little rain shower happening for a while. Casson comes back with a belt-high fastball for strike one. Yeah, we got a little rain shower, a little spot of precipitation here. Casson with the look at first, look at home, going to first, and there's the move.
I think that was his A move, wasn't it?
He was leaning a little bit. I'd give it the B move.
Okay.
And the runner goes. Pitch swung on and missed. And that ball gets away from Beheimer in front of him. So that's going to be a stolen base for Quincy. Cassing's fought back to a full count now. No outs in the top of the 5th inning for the Comets. Cassing comes to the plate. Ball inside. Ball gets by Beheimer. We have runners at third and first now after the walk of Salbin. Day's coming up to the plate. Or maybe not Day. Probably the pitcher of record here. Coach James Blakely is going to go out and talk to Mr. Cassing. It looks like he's going to take the ball from him. And he's bringing in Carter Havens. Like Cassing's going to have a seat. Havens is going to come in. You want to go to a break here, Steve?
Yep, we'll do that. Top of the 5th inning. Quincy 3, Brown County nothing. We'll be back.
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter.
B&N Trucking is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-oriented, family values approach to business, offering tandem, hopper bottoms, dump, and van trailer hauling options.
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Mount Sterling Savings Center, conveniently located at 201 West Main, the intersections of routes 24 and 99, is a branch of the Beardstown Savings located at 301 South Main. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
B&N Trucking is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-oriented, family values approach to business, offering tandem, hopper bottoms, dump, and van trailer hauling options for grain, fertilizer, aggregate hauling, and OTR deliveries, licensed and fully insured in all 48 states. If you need something hauled or want to be part of our team as a driver or owner-operator, call B&N Trucking at 217-289-3555 today.
Enjoy your journey by dreaming big. It's Sarah Hoots here with All About Dance and More LLC in Mount Sterling, Illinois. The AADM mission is to instill a lifelong appreciation for the art of dance within a safe studio environment. We will provide professional dance and tumbling instruction that encourages students of all ages and skill levels to excel to their full potential. New season online registration.
We'll come back to Sarah Hoots after the next commercial, but we'll turn the play-by-play. 3-0 Quincy over Brown County, top of the 5th inning.
Carter Havens is the new pitcher of record here for the Hornets. He starts off with strike one, and the man at the plate for the Comets is the man who took over pitching. We do not have his name on our roster, so we apologize for that for all you Quincy listeners out there. He's number 21. That's Mixer, actually. We do have that one. Mixer is batting for Day here. That is Mixer at the plate. Runners at first and third. Ball grounded to the left side. Havens is after it. Couldn't come up with it. And that's Jack Sefton, and he throws the ball that gets by Fullerton. And that one run is scored on the play. The second runner is coming around, and he's not going to score. So that makes the score 4-0 in the top of the 5th. That's probably going to be an error on the third baseman on a low throw that got by Fullerton. Mixer's at first, and that's Salbin at third. That's going to bring in Mueller, the DH. He has hit the ball to the pitcher, and he has reached on an error from the third baseman. Havens throws a fastball for strike one. We got a nice steady rain now. It's that annoying type of rain right now, so that ball is going to be a little slick, so that probably affected the throw there by Sefton across the diamond as it rolled through the grass. Havens comes set, delivers to the plate, fastball inside, runners off for second. He's going to be there clean, and that's Mixer taking second base, unattended.
And that's one of those, as you get older, you learn not to throw that ball.
Yep.
The runner would not have scored had he just held the ball because
Yep.
there was no chance he was going to throw him out.
Yep.
But that's maturity.
Oh, yeah. And that's the learning process. And once again, Sefton's a sixth grader, and he's used to that. Those bases being a lot closer. You know what I mean? He's a natural instinct of get it and throw it, and oh, shoot. I'm sure some of the boys practice on the varsity field, and those are 90-foot bases. That's a whole other infield for some of those today. That ball's inside, and that's going to run the count to 3-1. And that's why we play these beat games. That's very important, and Coach Phelps does a great job of getting these guys the opportunity to play. So you're always rebuilding your program is what you want to say in those situations. It's not the same 9 players playing all the time. All these guys are getting a great opportunity to play at least once a week. That ball's fouled off. Back. I would probably caught Eric Grady on that.
Well, one of the things that they have now at the disposal, they go home and watch this ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Pull it up on YouTube, and with the angle that we have here, you can see where the runner's at and when you picked up the ball. So you have more teaching tools now in this era than we ever had.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's crazy. For me personally, when I'm getting my prep time, I'll put on the YouTube thing just to listen to how crazy I sound, just so I can improve. But I might pick up some things by watching the guys hit. I've picked up a couple things by watching the guys slowing it down. I'm like, I think he's doing this, or this could help him. Because eventually, hopefully, they'll be my players in the future to help him out. And if I can see him passing the hall, I can tell him, hey, I see you do this. You might want to try that. And it opens up that dialogue when you're talking to kids. And that's strike one for Havens. We got the bases loaded up, and number 18's at the plate for Quincy, and that's Roth. All right, and he's playing left field. We got the bases loaded. We still have no outs. 2 strikes on the batter here. Now we're in that point of rain where we have to dry up the baseballs to keep them clean. And the pitch by Havens is swung on and missed for strike 3. That's a big strikeout by Carter Havens. It's one out, bases juiced, and a 4-0 game. Quincy's on top on the Cash Communications scoreboard here.
And to go back, kids need to understand high school coaches are watching junior high players.
Yeah.
They're watching because number one, they want them to be better, and number 2, they're watching, are you teachable? Are you paying attention during the ball game? Things like that.
And that even goes back to Little League too. I mean, you go watch games just because you enjoy baseball, but you're watching their behaviors, how they act. Everybody's going to mature and grow. So yeah, it's a huge thing with technology. I know my boys, they'll go on and watch YouTube highlights of their favorite players. I mean, you can learn a lot from doing that. That's a strike 1 there by Havens, and this is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. And Fink is up to bat. He's struck out, and he's grounded out to the first baseman so far. Big batter here in the inning. If we can get him down, now we can play normal depth from the infield. And Havens comes set, fires the plate inside. Good block by Beheimer in the dirt. Havens has a 1-2 count on Fink. The bases are full of Comets so far. And the pitch by Havens. Outside again, trying to nibble with that corner a little bit, trying to extend that plate just a hair.
We usually talk about the ball being wet, but the bat being wet, you see a lot of foul tips. You see a lot of pop-ups because the ball is sliding off of that bat if the bat's wet and the batter hasn't dried it off.
Oh, yeah. Havens came back with a strike 3 swing, and he retires Fink, the number 8 hitter. And that's going to bring up Turner. Turner's been playing third base for the Comets. We talk all about we want to keep the game where one swing can tie it. Now, I haven't seen a lot of home runs in junior high baseball, but you want to keep it at a 4-0 game in case somebody gets a hold of one for a grand slam.
And guess what? We've got the top of our order coming up.
Sounds like a plan. That ball's in the dirt, and Beheimer does a good job blocking it and hustling after it to keep that runner at third base. A nice block by Alex Beheimer, number 25 for the Hornets. Got a 1-0 count here on number 27. And the pitch high for ball 2. 2-0 count. even coaches, there's a lot more technology for coaches where, you'd have to go talk to some coach that you heard was a good pitch coach. Now you can pull it up on YouTube. You can follow them on Twitter. You can follow them on Instagram, and they put all kinds of coaching knowledge out there too. So not only for players, but for coaches, it's a great luxury also.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot more. I mean, we go clear back into the 70s, and film just started coming out, and you had to know a coach to get film of an opponent, particularly at playoff time.
And we got 3 balls and no strikes here. Havens needs to throw a strike, and he sure does. He fires it right down the middle. Couple pressure pitches right now for Carter Havens. 3 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs, 4-0 game. And the pitch by Havens. Inside corner, my bad, for strike 2. Full count. Now, the runners are going to be going with the pitch, so they need to hold their positions if you're a defensive player right now. And the pitch by Havens, they're not going. The ball's grounded to the shortstop. Oh, took a hop, and Staten's up with it and throws it back to the pitcher. Now, that really could have cost Quincy in that situation because that ball is hit towards second base. If Staten gets that cleanly, that would have been a force out. I think if the runners were going, that wouldn't have happened.
How are you scoring that?
That's an error. There's no doubt in my mind.
We score a lot alike there, Jared.
And that ball is popped up on the left side, and Meyer Maxwell is going after it, and it outstretched reach, and that's going to score 1. That's going to score 2, and that is Mr. Torres Garcia once again with a double. That man has been hot for the Quincy Comets today.
And 2 RBIs on that at bat for him.
He has scored 2 runs, had 2 RBIs. He has put the ball in play and played a nice shortstop for the Comets. That's going to make the score 7-0. Quincy on the Cash Communications scoreboard here in the top of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up Saltwhittle. Done the catching. Took off the shin guards. Torres Garcia is at second. Ball ripped into left field, and there's right at Meyer Maxwell, who squeezes it and ends the inning for the Hornets.
Well, I'm glad that happened because we were going to start batting around for the second time on that. So with that, Quincy scores 4 runs, giving them 7 in the ball game on 1 error and 2 left on base, or 2 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Brown County coming up for the last time. It is Quincy 7 and Brown County nothing. We'll be back.
Enjoy your journey by dreaming big. It's Sarah Hoots here with All About Dance and More LLC in Mount Sterling, Illinois. The AADM mission is to instill a lifelong appreciation.
Burnett's Plumbing Company. It's good to know someone you trust when your home is giving you a headache. Burnett's Plumbing.
Enjoy your journey by dreaming big. It's Sarah Hoots here with All About Dance and More LLC in Mount Sterling, Illinois. The AADM mission is to instill a lifelong appreciation for the art of dance within a safe studio environment. We will provide professional dance and tumbling instruction that encourages students of all ages and skill levels to excel to their full potential. New season online registration is now open and classes begin September 8th. Visit us on Facebook, All About Dance and More LLC.
Burnett's Plumbing Company. It's good to know someone you trust when your home is giving you a headache. Burnett's Plumbing has been helping customers solve household plumbing problems in Brown County for 7 years. Their mission is to provide Brown County and the surrounding area with quality, timely, and professional plumbing service. Give Burnett's Plumbing a call at 217-773-3008. That's 217-773-3008, where they believe a flush is better than a full house.
The Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots coming back with you as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Quincy 7 and Brown County batting for the last 9 with a goose egg on the board, Jared.
Yeah, we need some base runners here, put some pressure on this Quincy Comets team, and Alec Beheimer's up to bat. And starting off with a breaking pitch and taken for ball 1. Yeah, 1 inning, I'd just wait. And the rain's kind of calmed down, so we may switch the YouTube views for you guys here once hopefully it goes away and give you the better view here in a second. And that's 2 balls and no strikes on Beheimer. We got a 7-0 game, the bottom of the 5th inning. Ball high, 3-0. So good start so far for the Hornets. Hopefully Beheimer can draw that walk and get on base for Connor Flynn, followed by Trey Fullerton. Beheimer struck out in his last at bat.
His only at bat.
His only
when
at bat.
you bat everybody, you don't get many at bats.
Nope. Ball inside for ball 4, and Beheimer is taking his base, and that's one thing you got to take in consideration that Quincy has at least batted 3 times because they're batting 9, and we're batting all 16 of ours, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And we're changing fielders more often too. We're giving every kid an opportunity.
Yep, and that's what these games are for, to learn the game. There's no B championships out there. They're here to learn the game. Same thing way you treat JV basketball, baseball, football. Ball outside. Used to say all the time there's no JV state champions, but you can prepare kids to be champions that way.
Absolutely. The most successful programs are the programs that focus on their JV and when the games are out of hand and get those kids in for varsity time play.
And they play the games. They make an effort to schedule the games and have those kids play, no matter what the cost. I remember that's a 1-1 count on Flynn. I remember I had a lot of respect for Pleasant Hill there when they turned it around in basketball because a lot of those kids were playing. That ball is hit out to the shortstop, and that is Torres Garcia with a great leaping catch and tried to turn the double play. And boy, that kid, player of the game so far, most definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
I was talking about Pleasant Hill. I know Grant Peebles and the Dalton Crane era of Pleasant Hill. Those guys played every minute of basketball. They played in the JV game, and then they had to come back and play the varsity game. And I believe that's why they won a regional championship back in the day, because they experienced playing basketball. Excuse me. And Beheimer's at first, and Trey Fullerton is now stepping to the plate. He takes ball 1 inside on the spinner from the Quincy pitcher. And here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. Beheimer stays at first.
The other thing I would say to people, if you don't think you're getting enough playing time and you're doing all the things we're talking about, just wait for your opportunity. You don't know in basketball, football, any other sport when someone's going to get injured, someone's going to be gone for whatever reason, sickness, death, whatever. And so if you're prepared and your attitude's right, you can make the best of that opportunity. How many times do we see it in the major leagues? Somebody goes on the disabled list.
All the time.
And they lose their position because the guy coming in is ready to play ball.
Yep, I agree with that. And we got a 2-1 count here to Fullerton. Swung on the inside pitch again and missed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Alex Beheimer is the Hornet at first base. It's a 7-0 game here in the 5th. Remember, we're only playing 5, so this is the final inning unless we can score 7. And here's the pitch to Fullerton. Breaking pitch high for ball 3. Full count now on Fullerton. Carter Havens is on deck. Ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher. So we're going to have first and second. 1 out. Carter Havens is stepping to the plate. Carter finished the last inning on the mound. He's been at short so far and on the mound. Micah Henry is on deck. The first baseman is playing behind the runner, so Trey can get a good lead here. With 1 out. Havens steps into plate, and the pitch to Havens, outside for ball 1. I've been really impressed with Havens in the A games as not only a fielder but as a runner. Very aggressive, has a lot of stolen bases for the Hornets right now when he comes in to run on the A team. And here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. And he's one of those kids so far. He's played catcher, shortstop, and outfield, so a multi-dimensional player for the Hornets. And he's only a 6th grader.
Well, we've talked about the 6th, 7th, 8th, 5th grade class. We're blessed right now. We got about 6 or 8 years of good athletes.
And that ball is hit to the pitcher, and he fields it and throws it to Torres, covering second for the out at 2. That ball came off the end of the bat there and had a lot of English on it. Good job by the pitcher to field it and throw it to second for the sure out. and that's going to bring up Micah Henry. We got runners Havens at first, and we got Alex Beheimer at third. Sure, Havens is off with the pitch. Last time Henry walked for the first base runner for the Hornets, and there's Havens. He's off with the pitch. The pitch is taken for ball one. Got 2 outs here. 1 ball count to Henry. Henry's a lefty. Wears number 23. Going with a 1 batting glove, 1 non-batting glove look today. And here's the pitch. Strike 1 right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Henry at the plate. Beheimer gets his lead from third. Havens from second. Ball swung and grounded, and that's going to get through, and that's going to score at least 1. Beheimer's coming around. Not deep enough to score Havens, but that's an RBI single there by Micah Henry to get the Hornets their first run of the game. That pitch was on the outside corner, and Micah just went with it and shot it right out in the 6th hole where nobody was playing for a nice little base hit.
You can tell how slick it is coming in to score on that was Beheimer. He put his foot on the plate and slid.
Yeah, it's slick out there. The cleat marks are still out there on there, and that's going to bring in that is Evan Howe with Henry with the leadoff first. No hold at first base once again. Strike 1 right down the plate. Havens is at third. Henry is at first. Quincy pitcher gets his sign, comes set. Henry's off with the pitch. Breaking pitch. I think it kind of knee buckled Evan there. He not for sure about that, and he saw that spin coming back down. He took a cut at it. Saw that front side weak. That's a nice little breaking ball that young man from Quincy, number 27, has. I bet you he's going to get it again here. No balls and 2 strikes. The way that front shoulder reacted, he's going to come right back with it here. 2 outs here. 7-1 game on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Mike is off with the pitch, and he held up. And that's a check down there with the other umpire. I do not know that gentleman's name. But a 1-2
count. To get that from Eric between games.
Yep, we'll get that, or we'll get that from Coach Phelps. I'm sure he's here watching Brody somewhere. And here's the pitch. Fastball outside for 2 balls and 2 strikes. I got $5 on the breaking ball here. I'm on a hot streak. I thought that I picked a Kentucky Derby horse. I just didn't bet any money. There's the breaking ball for strike 3. And that's going to do it for your Brown County Hornets here in the first game.
With that, we'll take a quick commercial break. Then we'll be back with your Casting Lumber KLC Inc. post-game show and players of the ball game.
Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Casting, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773-3851.
Hey, do you know anyone looking for a new job in Mount Sterling? A Rustic Garden hires locally, and they could be looking for you to help out. Entry-level jobs make a great way to build your resume. So visit arusticgardens.com and apply on their jobs website, arusticgarden.com, Mount Sterling, Illinois. When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on the postgame show, brought to you by Cassinga Lumber Company. Cassinga Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, helping to build your community, or build our community for 45 years. Cassinga Lumber Company, Route 99 South, Mount Sterling, 773-2611. Jared, a final score in the ball game was 7-1. We finally got on the board. And like you said, a bigger school. The B squad for Quincy is probably a little higher level than what we see out of most of our 1A schools. And so, but it's good experience to play that competition. Players of the ball game, we'll get to that. The KLC Inc. players of the ball game, I think it's really easy on the Quincy side. You got to give it to Torres Garcia.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree with that. The kid was pretty smooth at shortstop. He made every play that was hit to him. He led off the game for them, and he doubled, scored a run. He had 2 doubles, and he scored 2 runs and 2 RBIs. So definitely, I would say Torres Garcia is their player of the game. And watching his athleticism, I would bet that he'd probably come out on the mound maybe the second game.
He might. He was 3 for 4 in a ball game. He got on in the air, but he hit the ball every time he was up. On the flip side of that, I know it's really tough because we didn't have a lot of hitting for Brown County. But any players of the ball game for Brown County?
Well, I'd say Micah Henry, since he had that single in the RBI. Wyatt Cassing had our other hit, but I think I'm going to go with Micah to drive in that run. He did a good job at the plate, and so far we couldn't score anybody else, and he was the man for the job. So I'd say Micah Henry is the KLC player of the game on our end.
All right, with that, they're getting ready to play the second ball game here. I don't have a lineup. Do you have lineups? So we'll just get them as they go?
For us, we're just flipping our lineup, and we'll just give you around the horn. So they're going from the bottom up, so Drew Market will lead off for us, and they're just flipping it for us. And for them, I don't have one for them yet, so we'll see if we can't get one as they come up.
Okay. All right. Well, here comes Coach Phelps. He threw a water to Eric Grady. Got them going. I tell you what, while they're warming up and so forth, we're going to take a quick station break, and I'm going to take a break myself, and I'll be back after these messages.
When you are ready to move to a new home or refinance the one you are in, Farmers State Bank and Trust Company in Mount Sterling will make sure the process moves along smoothly.
And welcome back here to Brown County Middle School, and they're ready to play, so we're going to have the call for you. And Jack Sefton is the pitcher right now for the Hornets. And he brings the first one to the plate for strike 1. And Torres Garcia is leading off once again for the Quincy Comets. Like you said, he was our KCL Inc. player of the game, a nice-looking shortstop, and hit the ball well for the Comets. And pitch number 2 from Sefton is low for ball 1. It looks like we got Carter Havens behind the plate. Looks like Vince Little is out at second base. Looks like Evan Howell is at the ball's fouled down the right side. Evan Howell's at first base. Looks like Connor Flynn is at shortstop. Looks like Eli Staten is at third. Looks like Drew Market's out in left. Looks like Micah Henry is in center. And the right fielder looks like it's Vlad. And the pitch by Sefton is low for 2 balls and 2 strikes to Torres Garcia. And the delivery to the plate by Sefton is outside. Full count on Garcia. Got a full count here. We're back in the top of the first. Another 5-inning game for these B players. Ball high for a walk. So Garcia reaches first for the Comets on a leadoff walk. And that's going to bring in the lefty for Quincy. And that lefty is Salburn, if I remember correctly. Ball outside. Havens up with it. Runner goes. Good throw. Just gets past Connor Flynn, but that was a nice throw by Carter Havens right on the money. And that's Torres Garcia on the steal for the Comets. And that was a ball, so we got a 1-ball, no strike count. Sefton delivers to the plate. Swing, and the ball grounded up the middle. And that's going to be taken there by Flynn, and he throws out number 29. And number 29 there for the Quincy Comets is Bates. So Bates grounds out to Flynn. That's going to move the runner up to third base.
So who have we had so far?
So far, Torres Garcia led off with a walk. Then Bates grounded to Connor Flynn, who threw him out. And that's going to bring up Day, number 14, for the Comets. Strike one to Day. And Jack Sefton winds and fires in a swing and a miss.
Said Torres Garcia, Bates was the second hitter?
Yep. And Day is the third hitter. Torres Garcia is at third. Day's at the plate, an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss by Day, and that's strike three by Sefton. So Sefton strikes out Day for the second out. And walking up to the plate for the Quincy Comets, let me get a number here and I'll get you a name, is number 16. Number 16 is Salbin. He played first base last time. He wears number 16. Pitch by Sefton, fouled straight back by Salbin. Torres Garcia is at third right now. Looks like number 17, Mueller, is on deck doing the catching today. The second game.
He was the DH the last game, correct?
Yep, he sure was. Sefton gets his sign, rocks and fires, inside fastball for ball one. Sefton's out there working quickly. Sefton from the belt and to the plate. Fastball outside for ball one. Two balls and one strike on Salbin. Pitch to the plate. Fastball high for ball three. A 3-1 count to Salbin. 2 outs here. We're back in the top of the first of our second game. Fastball just missed low for ball four. So Salbin walks. Mueller stepping in. Looks like Mueller will be doing the catching for the Comets. He was taking those shin guards off. We got a first and third situation. We'll see what Mr. Havens wants to do. If he wants to try to get that third out at second or some type of fake play. And he's off because he's off the windup. Ball outside. Sefton forgot the runner at first there. He went off the windup, so we had a clean steal there by Salbin. Good base running by Salbin.
Turner on deck for Quincy.
Yep, Turner's on deck for Quincy. And a pitch by Sefton. Fastball inside for ball two. Got a 2-0 count here. Jack gets a sign from Carter. Brings it to the plate. Fastball popped up on the right side. That's going to get out of play for strike one. Mueller's a good-looking kid here. Got some nice size to him. Looks athletic. Going to be behind the plate, so we'll see that athleticism on display. And here comes a pitch. High for ball three. 3-1 count. Sefton delivers it to the plate. Inside and high for ball four. That's the second walk handed out to Sefton. Time called. Coach James Blakely is going to come out and talk to Sefton here. Number 13, and that is Turner. Looks like number 26 is on deck. And we do not have 26's name.
Mast.
That was Matt. Yep, you're right. You are correct. 26 is Mast. He played second base but didn't hit last game. So he's looking for his first plate appearance. Have a little conversation. Did Coach Blakely put on some type of pickoff move to throw behind the runner? Or did he just talk to young Sefton? And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one.
I think he just wanted to get him calmed down.
Yep.
He gave him some of that, what I call Kent Boylan elixir.
That's right. Whatever works. Fastball again, and he whispered the magic words in his ear, I believe. So that's no balls and 2 strikes. Coming right with 2 straight fastballs for strikes. And Sefton brings it to the plate. Fastball, strike 3, and that ends the inning for the Hornets.
So at the end of a half inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 3 left on base as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's Brown County coming to bat, 0-0 ball game on the Cass Communications scoreboard.
When you are ready to move to a new home or refinance the one you are in, Farmer State Bank and Trust Company in Mount Sterling will make sure the process moves along smoothly. With competitive rates, superior service, and great solutions that fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today and get everything you need to get moving. Farmer State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling. Locally owned, locally operated, locally dedicated. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Henry Automotive, they believe in honest, hometown service. They have the latest in technology and tools and are equipped for any job. So, whether it's an oil change, scheduled maintenance, a check engine light, or a major repair, Doug and Darren Henry, your ASE certified mechanics, are standing by to get you back on the road. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690 East Street, Mount Sterling, just turn north of the City Hall onto Damon Road. Drive 1.8 miles and look for the big blue and yellow sign. Call Henry Automotive at 773-773-96. Once again, that's Henry Automotive at 773-96.
Interested in solar for your home? Confused by the information interested in solar for your home? Tax credits and the information available on the savings for you? Call Scranton Heating and Cooling at 217-773-2626 and let the Comfort Man take away the confusion and plan the best system for your home or business. They will visit your home or business, evaluate your unique situation. Then the Scrantons will sit down with you and discuss each option, giving personal service and planning. Scranton Heating and Cooling. Visit them on the web at comfortman.com. At Brown County State Bank, our interest is in the students of our community. We think it's important to reward students for their hard work. With our Hoorays for A program, students can earn cash for their savings account. Plus, the students in school will be entered into an annual grand prize contest. Stop in the Brown County State Bank for Hooray for A's rules. Brown County State Bank, 101 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on the broadcast. Bottom of the first inning, no score on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Quincy and Brown County, doubleheader, B-team doubleheader today, junior high baseball. First pitch to Skyler, out. That was called a strike on the outside corner.
Yep. That's Drew Market actually up to bat there.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay, yep, I'm sorry.
Yep, Drew Market fouls it off for strike 2. The pitcher today in this second game for the Quincy team is number 13, Tucker. He played third base last game. He fires in 2 strikes to get him started. Fastball driven to the second baseman. A diving attempt off his glove for a base hit. Nice contact there by Drew Market for the base hit there.
Good solid contact.
Yep.
Went down after that ball, actually.
Yep. And that's a good start for the Hornets. It took us 4 innings to get our first hit last time, so that's a good start, good sign for the Hornets. That brings up Eli Staten for the Hornets. Market gets his lead. He's going with the pitch. Throw by Mueller, and he is in there safely. So that's a stolen base by Drew Market. And now we got a runner in scoring position as Staten steps in. Got a 1 ball, no strike count. And delivered to the plate. Outside for ball 2. And that's Turner. Market with his lead from second. Turner off the stretch. Fires to the plate. Ball low. So we got a 3-0 count on Staten. Looks like Jack Sefton is the man on deck. And a pitch by Turner. Outside, back to the backstop, and Mark is going to take off for third base. The Hornets have something cooking here in the bottom of the first inning with Market at third, Staten now is at first, and in walks Jack Septon, trying to help his own cause, being the pitcher. Drew Schuyler's on deck. Expect Staten to take off for second here on this first pitch. And there he goes, off with the kick. No throw. Sefton takes it for ball one. Sefton stepping in. Fastball outside. Oh, strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sefton. Mark it at third. Ball's popped foul.
You almost
Nope.
fell.
Looks like we got a catcher's interference call by Eric Grady. So that's going to be a automatic free pass to first. So that'll go down as E2 in the scorebook. So now we got the bases juiced here. And Drew Schuyler up to play. He had nice solid contact in the last at bat in the last game. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to score a run if he does the same. He does the same. He does the same. Where am I from? He does the same.
It's that Scott County thing.
Yeah, Scott County coming out. Sorry for all my English teachers out there. And oh, ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Looks like Vlad's made his way to the on-deck circle. Bases full of Hornets right now for Drew. And here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Staten at first.
Would you say, since it's full of Hornets, that it's a nest? The
Hornets,
nest is full.
Yeah. The base pass, the nest is full. Yeah, something to that fact. I agree. We'll have to come up with something catchy like that, right? And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Drew Schuyler strikes out. Vlad stepping in. Vlad's wearing 32. Ball
nice swing.
Down the left side, just fouled.
A little anxious on that inside fastball.
I agree, and Blakely has to make the play over there. That was kind of a half-hearted effort right there, I think, on going for that ball. He's got to get down, get that butt down, take it off the chest. So we got 1 strike on Vlad, and the pitch.
Oh, went for the high fastball.
Yep. Right now he's really anxious. If you watch that front foot, he's really stepping out, stepping in the bucket, as some people call it. He's going to keep that momentum going towards the pitcher. And the pitch here. Breaking pitch, slapped out to left field. That ball is going to get down. That's going to score market. And in comes Staten, and he's trucking home, and he is going to score. And that's a 2-run single by Vlad there to get the Hornets on top of the scoring. 2-0 here in the bottom half of the first on the Cass Communication scoreboard.
He almost tomahawked that ball there, Jared.
He did. He stayed back far enough to get enough bat on the ball for that single. And Brody Phelps stepping in here with 1 out. Turner throws a fastball for a strike on a swing and miss by Phelps. Brody's a left-handed batter. He's played some outfield so far today for the Hornets. And the pitch to Phelps inside off the catcher, and that's going to move the Hornets up 80 feet. And that's Jack Sefton, and that's Vlad running the second. So we talk about this a lot, a guy that handles the bat. Are we going to see a squeeze here by Phelps?
Well, again, I think it's a good thing to start teaching people.
Putting pressure on the other team. And here's the pitch. Ball outside for 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out. Got a nice athlete at third base in Sefton. Ball low, now the 3-1 count. Three-one count to Phelps. Ball taken high, and Brody Phelps walks down to first base.
The nest is full again.
And we have a nest full of Hornets for Meyer Maxwell. Vince Little. Looks like we got some rain starting to come down again, maybe. Or I felt something there. And there's delivered to the plate. Maxwell grounds the ball to third base. Going to be a tough play. Good scoop over there at third and throw to first base, and that is a nice play there by that young man. It's going to score a run, though, so good job by Myers scoring the run.
Got an RBI on that, didn't he?
That's an RBI. Put out goes 5-3. That looks like the pitcher from last game over there. That looks like Day playing third base. That was a nice play from him to get that off the lip. Came and charged it hard, made the play. Vince Little steps in with 2 outs. The Hornets are up 3-0 on the Cash Communications scoreboard. Vince swings and misses on the first one. Vlad is at third. Brody Phelps moved up to second base. So a single should score 2 in this situation. Phelps running on contact. Ball grounded to the pitcher. Pitcher up with it. Throws to first base, and that's going to do it for the Hornets here in the bottom half of the first.
With that, the Hornets score 4 runs on 2 hits.
Yep.
And 1 error. As we head to the top of the second inning, it's Brown County 3 and Quincy nothing on the Cass Communications scoreboard in junior high boys baseball.
Culbertson is the heart of the communities we serve. As we introduce our new logo and refreshed brand, we want you to know that we pledge to maintain the highest quality standard of care you expect here at Culbertson Memorial Hospital. We continue to remain committed to our care promise. What is our care promise? Care that proves to our customers that we do our best to meet their needs. Attitudes that demonstrate that we are here to serve our communities. Respect for all who enter our doors. Exceed the expectations of our patient. Culbertson Memorial Hospital in Rushville, empowering your health and healing.
The Mount Sterling Community Center YMCA features a 3,000 square foot fitness center with walking, track, and a full line of equipment. From group exercise classes to our new toddler zone to youth sports, there truly is something for every member of the family. But more than that, our real mission is rooted in our community. Through the past few months, your Y has continuously searched for needs to fill. We have served you from afar through initiatives including emergency childcare, grocery delivery, and virtual homework help. When you join the Y, you join more than a gym. You join an organization committed to serving the community in which we all live, work, and play.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Griggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Griggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you, top of the second inning as we get ready to play ball here. 3-0 Brown County on the Cass Communications scoreboard.
And right now, the first pitch of the inning from Sefton is we have another catcher's interference. I think Haven's got a little anxious on that and reached out and hit it. And that Mast is the batter for Quincy, swung and hit the catcher's mitt. And that brings in number 21. Number 21 is Mixer. Mixer steps in for Quincy. So we got no outs, and that's the second catcher's interference of this game. That's a swing and a miss by Mixer. Woo.
Usually if you see a couple of those in a season, that's a lot.
I tell you what, we played Triope, and I cannot remember the left-handed kid, but every time we played them, we had twice. That kid was in the batter's box twice, and Joe Hendricker threw that late-breaking curveball, and he hit Lanny Susenbach's hand 4 times that year.
Wow.
Never seen anything like it in my life.
Good way for a catcher to get a hand broke.
And he was all the way back in the box, and I cannot remember that lefty's name, but he hit his hand 4 times on a breaking pitch every time. Then the runner goes, and he's going to be there safely as Havens had to dive for that ball. And a 1-ball-1-strike here on Mixer. Looking out here in the field, looks like we have Howell is still at first, Little at second. Connor Flynn is now at third, and Trey Fullerton's at short. Looks like Market's in left, and the pitch by Sefton is high. Looks like Henry's still out in center, and Drew Schuyler in right, I believe.
Speaking of Laney, ended up graduating from Vandalia. Got to play in the playoffs in the football, and if I remember right, he was headed into the service after high school. Is that correct? Missed ball by Howell. And so that's going to be an E3, and a runner's going to move over to third base.
Yeah, that ball has popped up on the right side. A little miscommunication between Little and Hal there. Both guys going for it and bounced off of Hal's glove there, I believe. So that's going to be error on the play. And then we got a first and third situation. Mixer at first. Ball in the dirt. Going to be a no throw.
And the batter
19.
is Ruth.
Yes, Ruth is up, number 18 for Quincy. Sefton with one ball, no strikes. And he comes to this plate and swing and a miss for strike one. We got 26, that's Mast at first base. Ruth at the plate. Mixer is at second. And the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss for strike two. One ball and two strikes on Ruth.
Fink is on deck.
One ball, two strikes. Runners at third and second, no outs. Ball popped up foul and out of play. The Hornets are up 3-0 in the top of the second on the Cass Communications scoreboard. That light mist is still kind of coming down right now, I think. Looks that way anyway.
It's starting to cool down
Yep.
just a little bit.
And the pitch by Sefton, swinging a ground ball hit. The ball takes a hop, but Flynn snags it out of the air, throws to first base for the out. So that was a good job by Connor Flynn by making the play. Using his arm, you like to see him gather that momentum and grow across the diamond in that situation, but he made the play for the out. The run scores. So give him the RBI on the play, on the RBI ground out. That brings up Fink. Runner still at third now with one out. 3-1 game. Ball high, gets right back here, and he does not go. Good hustle by Carter Havens using the pop-up slide right here in front of us. Probably had a good view of that at the YouTube app.
Do you have who 29 is for them?
Number 29 is Bates.
Okay, so I was wrong. This is the top of the order.
Ball, and this is Torres no. Number 5 is Fink. Sorry, folks, we didn't get a lineup for this game, so we're kind of winging it on the fly, the best way to put it.
So he's batting in the leadoff spot that Torres Garcia was in.
Yeah, so
maybe it made a change.
Yeah. One ball and two strikes here. And the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss by Fink for strike two. And Jack takes the side, brings it to the plate, swing and a miss for strike three. And that's two outs here in the top of the second. We still got that runner at third base by the Comets. That's going to bring in the lefty. For the Quincy Comets. And here's the pitch by Havens, or not by Havens, by Sefton's to Havens. A lot of those sixth graders kind of got the same body build and the same mannerisms out there. Havens finished the game for the Hornets, but Havens is now catching as Sefton is the man on the mound. One ball, no strikes, brings it to the plate. Swing and a miss by number 29, Bates. Havens going through his signs. Jackson gets the one he makes. Swing and foul on a check swing down to the dugout here.
Now, Jared, I'm not concerned about the rain stopping this ball game, but I think this game's going to get called because of darkness.
Yeah, it's kind of hazy out there right now, and those baseballs are getting a little dirty out there, getting a little wet, getting a little heavier. It is getting kind of a little dark here. If we were facing the other way, the lights of Dot would help us out, but we're facing the wrong way. And there's a ground ball right back to Sefton. He gloves in field, throws over to Howell, and that's going to end the inning there.
With that, Quincy scores one run on no hits and two errors by Brown County. As we head to the bottom half of the second inning, it's Brown County 3 and Quincy 1 on the Cass Communications scoreboard.
This is Brandon Kindheart with Double K Firearms. Have you ever been in a big box store and saw something you just couldn't live without, only to find out the employee has no idea what he's selling? You know, the same guy that was behind the deli counter the day before. At Double K Firearms, we treat you like family and want you to enjoy your experience while you're here. We buy, sell, and trade new and used firearms and much, much more. We offer an amazing selection and extremely competitive price. We would love to get you set up with whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's for hunting, recreation, or just adding to your collection. That's Double K Firearms, 212 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, or call 217-430-7523. And remember, always support local, and the best time to buy it's when you see it.
Cassing Lumber Company, your do-it-best quality paints dealer, mixes unique paint colors for any project. Bring a sample of your pillows, curtains, or other items, and Cassings will scan them into their computer. Mix your unique color of do-it-best quality paint and save the information. Need a special gift? Cassing's gift department has gifts for everyone. Cassing Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2611.
St. Mary's School offers an excellent education, special activities, affordable tuition, and after-school care in a loving, faith-based family atmosphere. All students, kindergarten through 8th grade, are one-on-one, which means each student has their own iPad. If 5 or more students commit to attend St. Mary's School from Rushville and or Beardstown, St. Mary's can provide free transportation to and from school. It's not too late to register. Call Melissa at 217-773-2825 to schedule a tour today.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you. Bottom half of the second inning, Brown County leading 3-1 in junior high baseball on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Wyatt Cassing up to bat, and Jared Hoots will have the play-by-play for you.
And Wyatt Cassing steps in and takes ball one to Wyatt. Wyatt's a left-handed batter. And ball outside for ball two. Wyatt had a nice single up the middle in the last game for one of the 2 hits by the Hornets. And fastball taken on the inside corner to White. And like I said, White had a nice single up the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike to White.
Now he has that open stance, and I know there's different theories on that. He's got both eyes on the ball, and then as the ball comes in, he steps into the pitch. There's not all batters that can do that.
And it's one of those things, it's a timing thing, and it's a comfortable feel. You know, a lot of people do it to get their hands going at the same time. Their hands in that foot. So when I bring that foot in, my hands come back. So it's my load position is what a lot of people like to call it. So I get my hands and feet in my load position and get going, you know. And as Wyatt strikes out there swinging, it's one of those situations, and it brings in Cale Jackson for strike 1 to Cale. A lot of people, if you are right eye dominant, a lot of people want an open stance if I'm a righty because my right eye's on the ball. You know, I mean, that's kind of the theory behind it. People that step in a bucket a lot, you know, I step out, I move, that forces me to come in. You know, a lot of people, you know, some people will step back and then step forward to decrease that step. So there's a lot of ways you can look at it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's comfort. You know, and a lot of guys change their stance. I mean, how many times has Yadier Molina changed his stance over the years? You know, I mean, that's a professional hitter. Joey Votto is another one. And you look at him, I mean, he chokes up all the way to almost the tar line.
Well, you're going to have an adjustment over your career because people are going to be pitching you different. How you see some pitches, you know, when in the second half of your career is different than when you saw in the first half.
I totally agree. And I, for one, wish that Matt Carpenter can make some switches in his stance. It seems like he keeps doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a Matt Carpenter fan. And Cale Jackson swings and misses.
Second strikeout of this inning. Complete opposite of what we were doing last inning.
Yep. We're trying to do too much. A lot of heads are being pulled out. We're not keeping our head on the ball right now. That brings in Evan Howell. Yep, Evan Howell takes ball 1 outside back to us.
I had a lot of kids that you would have to have their back foot and their front foot staggered because they were that person that pulled their foot. So if they pulled their foot, they were pulling it straight.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of different techniques. I think one that I use a lot with my high school kids is we got a bunch of tires over there for our hitting cage. So I put that front foot in a tire. So if they step out, guess what happens? They fall down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the walk of shame where they have to carry their tire with them where they go. So when they hit, they have to put that foot in the tire. So, you know, it's a mental thing, so they know, you know, they know that they have to keep that foot in that tire, you know, to make contact, you know. And I'll explain it to the kids, as Evan Howell fouls that one off. If I go to punch you, do I want to step to the left or do I want to step directly at you when I punch you? My strength is right there. So that's one way to explain to kids also is Evan fouls it off for a 1-1 count.
Now, the thing I found out,
Kathy
Rohr helped me with my golf game a little bit, and I probably need a lot more of her help. But she looked at my swing and said, "You were a pretty good baseball player, weren't you?"
Yeah.
In golf, got to keep them feet set.
Oh yeah.
And she put things under my feet to make me stay on.
Yep.
On that piece, whatever was a rod or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny how that works. And as that Evan Howell strikes out to end the Hornets inning in the bottom of the second inning.
With that, it's 3-1 on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Brown County takes the field now, top of the third inning, up 3-1 over Quincy and junior high boys baseball. We'll be back.
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. On behalf of our entire family, we wish the best of luck to all the Hornet teams this season. Jamie and I have always been so proud of the athletic programs in the Brown County School District, which was such an important part of our own children's formative years. We are honored and humbled to have served so many families in Brown County and pledge to continue the tradition of assisting families with the dignity and compassion our community deserves. Thank you, and go Hornets!
Cascom offers fiber optic services to your business needs with a local 24/7 support. Whether you are a small or large-sized business, Cascom has the correct level of broadband and services you need to help grow and be successful. There will be no time for downtime when you are trying to be reliable for your business. Upgrade business needs today and call Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Mount Sterling Savings Center, conveniently located at 201 West Main, the intersections of routes 24 and 99, is a branch of the Beardstown Savings located at 301 South Main. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
B&N Trucking is locally owned and operated since 1999 with a family-oriented, family values approach to business, offering tandem, hopper bottoms, dump, and van trailer hauling options for grain, fertilizer, aggregate hauling, and OTR deliveries, licensed and fully insured in all 48 states. If you need something hauled or want to be part of our team as a driver or owner-operator, call B&N Trucking at 217-289-3555 today.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more. We got junior high baseball today. It's our B squad and Quincy's B squad. Right now, we're leading in the second game of the doubleheader, 3-1. Lost the first one, 7-1, and came out this game a little bit differently. But boys are playing a good ball game, and on the mound that's Micah Henry on the mound.
Yep, we got a lefty. Mikey Henry takes over for Jack Sefton, so good game for Jack. He threw his 2 innings, and it looks like we're keeping these young arms to 2 innings right now, and given that mound experience, this is what you like to see. Looks like Cale Jackson is behind the plate. Looks like Vlad's at third, Flynn's at short, second base is Beheimer, White casting at first. Looks like Maxwell is out at and swinging a miss on the first pitch today. Maxwell is out at right field. I can tell by the red shoes. Looks like, is that Drew Schuyler out in left and then center field? I can't tell right now, but my guess.
I can't see.
And here's a pitch.
It's a left-hander. Whoever.
Inside corner, a lefty that we haven't said.
Is that Cassing?
No, Cassing's at first.
Okay.
And there's a pitch by Henry. We got 2 strikes on him. And pitch coming, fouled off by Day. That's going to get out of play. Who's my other lefty that I'm missing out there? Oh, Phelps, Brody Phelps.
Okay.
Yep.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yep.
That's where he normally plays when he's out there.
His brother Braxton played out there in center field for me for 2 years and did a great job out there. He's only right-handed. There's the only difference in the two. And here's the pitch by Henry in an 0-2 count. Fastball is fouled off here to the right by Day. Pitched him a good game that first game for the Quincy Comets. He ended up striking, I think, 7 or 8 guys out. Did a nice job for him. Jackson's now the catcher for the Hornets. Micah with a wind and fire to the plate. Fastball outside. for ball one, or ball two actually, 2-2 count. Micah, that long lefty. A lot of arms and legs coming at you from the plate. Fastball taken just high.
And his dad, Brad's a left-hander too, isn't that correct?
Yes, he is.
And went to, did he go to SLU and play baseball?
Yep, he went to SLU and pitched. Yep, he sure did. And Uncle Brian went to IC, and that's a ground ball foul. Uncle Brian went to IC and played football, I believe, and maybe baseball also. And Grandpa's Coach Henry, Jim Henry, the coach a long time here at the Hornets, football, and various other sports.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 2-2 count here. On day, Henry to the plate. Breaking pitch high for a 3-2 count. They thought it was ball four.
I was going to say, if that was a 3-2 count,
yeah,
that's an odd place to be throwing that breaking ball.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good sell by Day, though. He tried to sell it. And there's a fastball driven to the third baseman, and that's Vlad. Takes it, gathers, throws it across, and that's a good play by Vlad. One thing I really liked about that is he stayed with it, and his momentum carried him to first base. He didn't try to stop himself. A good job by Vlad. Good hang over there by Wyatt Cassing.
He's made a couple of good plays over there today.
You know, from watching him from the beginning of the year to now, he's probably the most improved player with this squad. If I had to pick one right now, he's the most improved player, I believe.
I would agree with that.
Ball on the outside for ball one here. In here steps number 16 for Quincy. And that is Salbin. Pitch by Henry. High for ball two. 2-0 count. Henry to the plate. Fastball just low with a 3-0 count. Henry delivers. Fastball outside for ball four. 4 straight balls by Henry.
They say you need your mic turned up.
My mic needs turned
up. Well, I'm going to probably put it a little closer to your mouth.
Yeah.
Ronnie Rice sent that message.
Ronnie Rice says I need my mic turned up.
That's better right there. I turned you up. We're probably wall to wall if he can send me another message, whether that is better or not.
Maybe I'm losing my voice a little bit. I haven't had kids that yell at stuff. Practice, maybe.
Yeah, your voice is just plumb wore out. We'll use that as an excuse.
And Henry has a check on the runner. And pitch to the plate, going with the pitch, a swing and miss. Jackson up with it. He's not going to have it in time. Number 17 steps in. That's Mueller. He's doing the catching for the Comets.
Salborn get on with a base on balls. I'm sorry.
4 straight pitches for Salborn. Henry off the stretch. Got a high set around the chest. And the pitch to Henry. Henry pitched it. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Backhand by Flynn. Goes to third base. Vlad scoops it up.
If he could have stayed on the bag, he'd had him.
That's a very heads-up play by Flynn. The ball to his glove side, which is the hole. Runner was going. Okay, that was a good try. You know, that's going to be a hit because it was in the hole. I don't think there's any chance that he's throwing the runner out at first. Does a good job getting to it by Flynn. At 23 is the courtesy runner for Mueller, the catcher. 13 steps in for this Quincy team. Number 13 is Turner. So we got a first and third, 1 out here. Runner going with the pitch, ball in the dirt, blocked by Jackson. So we got runners at second and third.
We can see with Jackson, he's one of the things he needs to work on is that transition between trying to catch the ball normally and flipping that glove over and getting the body down.
Yep, and the ground ball hit to short. Vlad's up with it.
High throw over, unfortunately, but great fielding play that time. 2 runners are going to score.
And they got 2 runs, and we got a tie ball game, folks. Vlad did a good job coming up with it, but it could have been a wet ball, one of those situations. But a high release went over Cassing's head to the fence and scoring 2 runs.
One of those times Cassing can't say that being short was the problem.
No, I don't think
he could have been on top of himself 3 times and it'd been too high.
The Jolly Green Giant's not catching that one, I don't think, on that one, Steve.
But I agree. I think the wet ball had something to do with the glove work down by Rabarchek down at third base has been great today.
Yep. That brings in number 20. Can't see his number. And the pitch by Henry. 26 here. And that's masked. Fouled off for strike one. We got a 3-3 game in the top of the third on the Cass Communications scoreboard here in Mount Sterling. Once again, we're playing a 5-inning game. So we got... Can't hear me now? Okay. Ball grounded to shortstop, and that's going to be a single.
YouTube went off for some reason.
Okay.
I think we're back on now.
We're back on?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Sorry, folks, if we're having some technical difficulty. If you're out there listening and you can hear us now and see us, please send us a message so we know we got it up and running again for you. That ball is going to get past Jackson, and those runners are going to move up 80 feet. You guys missed out on a little bit there. It's 3-5 now. Quincy Comets in the top of the third inning. Quincy's got runners at third and second. Number 5 is up to bat for Quincy, and that's Fink. Henry comes with a strike, and that's 1 ball and 1 strike. The game is kind of slowed to a little bit of a crawl here. Here's the pitch by Henry. Fastball, a swing and a miss on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thanks. Yeah, and anytime you guys are listening in on YouTube or stuff and you know we're at the game, go ahead and get a hold of us so we can help you out, because we want to bring you the best quality we can. If the YouTube goes out at home or our voices go out, just let us know. We are not perfect by any means, and we want to make sure that we bring the game to you.
And sometimes it's just a matter we've taken the headset off, put it on, taken it too far off of our mouth, and we need to know that. Because it sounds great in our head.
Yeah. And that's a pass ball that gets by. That's going to score another run for a 6-3 lead by the Comets. Yeah, we like to thank Ron Rice out there. He's the one that tuned in and let us know. So thank you for that, Ron. I'm glad you're tuning in and listening to us on bchornetsports.com. Excuse me there. Got a full count here. And the pitch to the plate. Strike 3 called on Fink, and that's a huge pitch there to get us to 2 outs in a 3-6 game. Henry was looking for that pitch, and that's going to bring in a big lefty. I believe that's Bates, number 29, for the Comets. Fastball inside, blocked nicely by Jackson. Bates is a nice tall lefty. Got a little lefty-on-lefty matchup here. 2 outs here. Cassing's playing in on the grass. You might want to take a couple steps back here. I don't know what he's thinking there, but we'll let him play his spot. Maybe he's got a scouting report that I don't know about. He was checking the back card in his pocket, probably, you think, like all the professional guys got now?
Yeah.
Speaking of technology and things, you never saw people checking cards back in the old days, did you?
No.
You didn't see Ozzie Smith or Willie McGee checking those cards? And here's the pitch. High and outside. Gets by Jackson. There's going to be a play at the plate. And he is safe at the plate. And that is going to give the Comets 7, right? You got 7, Steve?
Yeah, I got 7.
7-6
this inning.
Yes. 7-3, and the wheels have kind of fell off here for the Hornets.
I need him to get Bates, otherwise I'm going to have to start scratching columns.
Oh, boy, the dreaded batting around. Ball outside, and that's going to be ball 4. And Coach James Blakely is going to come out and have a chat. Nope, looks like he's switching pitchers. That's Eli Staten. It looks like he's coming out.
And with that, we'll take a station break. The Cass Communications scoreboard has 7 for Quincy and 3 for Brown County. 6 runs this inning, really on 1 hit. And so with that, we'll be back after this station break. Thank you.
Enjoy your journey by dreaming big. It's Sarah Hoots here with All About Dance and More LLC in Mount Sterling, Illinois. The AADM mission is to instill a lifelong appreciation for the art of dance within a safe studio environment. We will provide professional dance and tumbling instruction that encourages students of all ages and skill levels to excel to their full potential. New season online registration is now open and classes begin September 8th. Visit us on Facebook, All About Dance and More, LLC.
Burnett's Plumbing Company. It's good to know someone you trust when your home is giving you a headache. Burnett's Plumbing has been helping customers solve household plumbing problems in Brown County for 7 years. Their mission is to provide Brown County and the surrounding area with quality, timely, and professional plumbing service. Give Burnett's Plumbing a call at 217-773-3008. That's 217-773-3008, where they believe a flush is better than a full house.
The Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Cassing, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773-3851.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you. We're in the third inning, the top half of the third inning, and it's a 7-3 ball game on the Cass Communications scoreboard for junior high baseball. And change pitchers out there, Jared.
Yeah, Eli Staten comes in and toes the rubber for the Hornets. He's the third pitcher of record. And Day is at the plate for the Quincy Comets. Staten steps in, throws a fastball. Day pops up on the right side. Beheimer's after it, and coming in is Meyer Maxwell, and about had a collision there, and the ball drops between them. So we've had some communication problems on the right side of the infield so far this game. That's the second ball that has dropped on that side. So we need to make sure we're talking out there on that right side. And that's a good pitch by Staten. He came in and threw the first pitch and got the pop-up he wanted, and we got to complete that play for him. That brings in number 16. That's Salbin. And the pitch by Staten swung on and missed for strike one. The rain picking up a little bit here in Mount Sterling. Once again, it seems like a lot more umbrellas popping up here from the stands. And the pitch by Staten swung on ground in the 6-hole. Flynn can't get to it. Out to the left fielder. He's up with it. Throws it in. And that is Drew Schuyler or Drew Mark. That's Drew Schuyler up with the ball.
Bases loaded for Quincy. They already have a 7-3 lead here on the Cass Communications scoreboard. We're in the top of the third inning.
That's going to bring Mueller to the plate. Mueller has done the catching for the Comets. And Staten has done a good job throwing strikes, so rain's picking up a little bit heavier, it sounds like, off the umbrellas today, so that ball is going to be a little wet. And the fastball taken inside by Staten there. Staten comes set, brings it to the plate. Strike on the outside corner for strike one and a 1-1 count. Once again, it's 7-3 in the top of the third inning on the Cass Communications scoreboard. The Quincy Comets are up, and a pitch by Eli Staten is on the outside. And Coach Tom Little has just told me that his brother Rick Little is listening, so thanks, Rick Little, for listening over to Quincy, and good luck in football this year when hopefully we get to play. And there's a pitch by Eli. Ball driven out to the right center field gap, and that's going to drop in. Brody Phelps is up with it, had some trouble with it. Runner's going to advance to third on the bobble, and that's going to score 2 runs by Mueller. That's a nice piece of hitting by Mueller to slap that ball out to the right center field gap to score 2 runs, and that puts the score 9-3 on the Cass Communications scoreboard. And Turner stepping in.
Runners at first and third now. Cass Communications scoreboard says 9 for Quincy and 3 for Brown County here in the top of third.
And it seems like, talking about football, and Rick Little over at Quincy and Tom Little here in Brown County, there seems to be a push today, and something was turned into IHSA, turned into the governor's office to try to get football back here soon. There's been 3 states that reversed course this past week, and hopefully Illinois will be the 4th, and that runner's taking off for second base. You know, for me, I'd rather play right now and instead of really freezing my butt off when it comes to January, February myself.
I would agree with that, and then be able to move baseball back into its normal, close to a normal season.
The football and baseball coach in me says I like that idea a lot. I'd rather play after Thanksgiving in football and then have a regular baseball season where I know a sport I can play. And I just think our kids need it. I really do. At the bottom of my heart, they need something to do, and I know our seniors would really love to play football right now.
Well, and I think we've proved through baseball that, and the professionals are proving it on the football field. They've been practicing for weeks now, and you can put in safeguards and make things safe. And you know, yes, if somebody tests positive, they've seen it over in Missouri, then you have to shut down for the week or whatever you need to do.
But at least it gave the kids an opportunity to play.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm looking for an opportunity. If it don't go well, hey, at least we tried it.
I am so sick and tired of watching Quincy sports and seeing football played everywhere but here.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to be a walk issued to the Quincy batter. Now we got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Staten's on the mound. And the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Jackson, is going to stay there. And one thing I saw, I think it was close to St. Louis County, because Missouri can play, but the St. Louis schools can't. There's 2 schools within a 5-mile radius, and one can play football and the other one can't. Now, how disheartening would that be if you're a senior athlete at that other school? And Staten pitches for strike one, a 1-1 count. And this is number 26. This is Mast batting for the Quincy Comets. The bases are first and third. Oh, no, we got full right to Staten. He fields, throws the first base, and he limits the damage of the inning.
So with that, 3, 6, 7, 8. Did I miss a run there? 1, 2, 3. No.
I got 9.
Yep. With that, Quincy scores 8 runs that inning on 1, 2 hits, 3 hits, Jared. A couple of errors, and 3 men left on base. As we head to the bottom half of the third, it's Quincy 9 and Brown County 3. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, do you know anyone looking for a new job in Mount Sterling? A Rustic Garden hires locally, and they could be looking for you to help out. Entry-level jobs make a great way to build your resume. So visit arusticgardens.com and apply on their jobs website, arusticgarden.com, Mount Sterling, Illinois. When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
For over 100 years, the people and businesses in Brown County have counted on Farmer State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling to assist them with their banking needs. As the only locally owned and operated bank in Brown County, Farmer State Bank looks forward to continuing this partnership for the next 100 years. Farmer State Bank is locally dedicated to all your banking needs. Farmer State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling, locally owned, locally operated, locally dedicated. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Henry Automotive, they believe in honest, hometown service. They have the latest in technology and tools and are equipped for any job.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you as we head to the bottom of the third. It's Quincy 9 and Brown County 3 in junior high boys basketball B-team action. Jared will pick up the play-by-play.
And Micah Henry swings and misses on the first one. Micah had a good hit in the last game for the Hornets. Single and got the only RBI of the game. And Micah is now down 0-2 in the count. Once again, Micah, it's a record, pitched some last inning. He's been playing in the outfield for the Hornets. Long arm, long leg, 7th grader. And the pitch to Henry. High for ball. Looks like number 4 is now doing the pitching for Quincy. Right, or is that 14? 4, and that is inside. And I do not have a 4 on my roster. So Lawson or Parkhill is my guess.
I think we thought it was Lawson last game.
Gotcha.
Because he batted for Salborn.
Gotcha. And that's a swing and a miss for Henry, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. This is Carter Havens stepping to the plate. We've seen Havens on the mound. We've seen him at short. We've seen him behind the plate. Haven steps into to the batter's box, and here's the pitch. Ball fouled back and out of play for strike one. Pitcher for Quincy is now wasting any time. Right back on the mound and throwing it. Strike on the outside corner. That's going to be a tough one to hit. No balls and 2 strikes, and I believe he had that breaking pitch with him. I think, did he just flip the glove over like he wants to throw the breaking ball? We'll see if he's telling his pitches. No, and that's outside for ball 1.
I like his pace here.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it kind of off mic early in the ball game, that I don't care if it's softball or baseball. If you're throwing good, you need to get in, stay in that rhythm.
Yep.
Don't step off. Make the batter step out of the box.
Yep, you're in control. The game cannot start until you throw that baseball. And we got a 2-2 count here on Staten. Or I'm sorry, Havens. Strike on that outside corner. It's the same one we took for strike 2. We got to get on strike 3. That's a good location by number 4 of the Quincy Comets.
That's 5 strikeouts in a row for us.
And Trey Fullerton steps in. Now, if you watch Trey's front foot, she's starting to lean out already. If you watch that front foot on him, that's something he's got to concentrate on. Big boy like that can put a charge in the ball. And that's ball 2. Or ball 1, sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, Jared, out of the loop a little bit. Are they still talking that when you're swinging through the ball about rolling your wrist as you swing? Or is that kind of gone?
There's 2 forms of thought right now in the baseball world. There's the new school launch angle, throw the hand underneath and go, and then there's the old school base hit. If you're new school launch angle, the torque and the hip rotation, I'm turning it under and going from my backhand. They're really right hand dominant swings. If you're old school, it's the front hand down to the baseball, and you're using all fields.
And you're driving it down.
And you're driving it down. So there's a lot of, and there's guys that do it right in the major leagues one way, and there's guys that do it right in the major leagues the other way. So a lot of it is, I've come to find, how are you going to be able to fix kids' problems when they have one? And that's a strike 3 for their third out. So if you can teach it this way, that's how you teach it, because how are you going to fix it when they mess it up?
Absolutely. And that's the hard thing. It's like anything else, pandemic, everything. We have so much media. We have so much social media. We have so many YouTube videos out there that there are so many schools of thinking, and what works for you doesn't work for someone else. And it's finding what works for you. I find that maybe we've got away from that, particularly like school with new math. Okay? For 90% of the people, the old way of learning the rote methods and learning it's the way, what we need to do as teachers is find that method for that child.
Yeah, and I agree with that. There's a lot of that goes to, like, not everybody's created the same. People will say that you have to coach every kid the same way, and you can't. There's no way possible you can coach a kid the same way. You can have the same rules and same expectations, but you can't coach every kid the exact same because they all have different personalities.
Well, and some need discipline, and so they need you to be a little bit harder on them, and some people need the softer touch. They can't handle, the other thing. And there are a lot of people who look at coaching from the outside and are making a judgment on what they're seeing, but they don't know the coach and that player's personalities together and how they work together.
And there's a lot of things that goes to practice. So you don't see behind the scenes in practice, and you don't see the relationship where, I've had kids that I could get on constantly, and they're going to joke with me afterwards, and I got kids that, I can't yell at because they think that I was mad at them, and I got, 2 boys that are the same way.
And so, and it is different. We'll just keep it here because we've done a good job with our commercials today. But the fact is, you have to understand that everybody learns differently. A lot of people are visual learners. And so, again, like we talked about, going to the video and seeing, and I think Rod Carew was one of the biggest ones on that, and Tony Gwynn, looking at their swings and seeing what they're doing differently, seeing a good swing, seeing a bad swing. And then you figure out the differences. And video has done wonderful things for that. Some people have fast hands. Other people do not have fast hands. That has a lot to do with hitting also. Some people can generate, there's that philosophy, generating the power from the hips. But some people do it with bat speed.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of things with hitting, and that's why I tell kids the first thing when I'm teaching some kid how to hit. Not every swing looks the same, and you don't see every major leaguer batting the same. So you got to get what it looks for you and go with it here. And I think we're about ready to play baseball again, and it's Eli Staten on the mound for the Hornets, and stepping up to bat for the Comets is that Mixer, that
21's Mixer, yes.
Yep, and then Mixer's up to the plate for the Comets, and it is 9-3 here in the top of the fourth on the Cass Communications scoreboard. We're getting some rain, some steady rain now, and it's getting a little darker, so I'll say that this might be our last inning. Ball hit out to the right center field, and that is Drew Market chasing after it.
In the gap.
And that might get two, and that is up with it, and there's a throw to second, and it's going to be on target, and that is a nice throw out there by Meyer Maxwell, the center fielder. Mixer tried to extend that one into a double, and he came up firing, and on the back side of that, that's Carter Havens hanging on there at shortstop, or is that Sefton? Which one's that? I think that's Havens, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yep, that's Carter Havens. Oh, we got Trey Fullerton at first. We got Alex Beheimer at second. We have Jackson still behind the plate, and we'll go with Wyatt Cassing at third, and the ball's ripped down the left field line, and that is Vlad Varvarchek, and he is after it gets by him. That's going to roll to the fence. That's at least going to be a double for number 18. Ball comes into third base, and that is fielded by Wyatt Cassing. So number 18 is Ruth there, that's doubled down the line for the Comets.
And Mixer's sitting in the dugout wishing he hadn't got thrown out at second base.
He would have scored on that one, most definitely. That brings in number 5. Number 5 is Fink for the Comets. And the pitch by Staten in the dirt, blocked off the mask by Jackson. He's going to third. He has a chance at him, and the throw comes in just a little late. That was a good job by Jackson taking it off the mask. The bad thing was it squirted to his right and allowed that runner to go to third base because he was going away from the base as he was fielding that. And Staten from the belt. Ball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, excuse me.
Put that yawning.
Yeah.
You may need it.
I'm almost about ready to get my sweatshirt. I'm starting to get cold again.
If anybody's not doing anything, I'm going to be laying laminate flooring for about an hour after we get down here.
I'll have to pass. And that ground ball is hit to Havens. He's up with it and fires to first base, and Fullerton with a hang, and that's the second out. That was a good play by Havens, but that's going to score another run, and that makes our score 10-3 on the Cass Communications scoreboard in the top of the fourth inning. And that brings in the big lefty, number 29, Bates.
Grounded to the second baseman, grounded to the first baseman, and had a base on balls and scored.
He takes ball 1 from Staten. Ball on the outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball high for ball 3. Release the ball a little bit behind him right now. Needs to get it out in front of him. Getting a kick out of Beheimer out here at second base. He's working on his pitching mode out here. It's kind of funny to watch. And here's the pitch to Staten. Outside for ball 3. Must
ball
be
4.
Oh, ball 4, my bad. Number 14, Day, coming to the plate. So Bates is at first. Day at the plate. 10-3 game. 2 outs. Pitch by Staten.
Tell you what, the camera makes it look like there's more daylight than there actually is.
Yeah, it's a lot bright. That high definition view there.
Yeah, we only have it set, I think, at 720. I don't think we have it at 1080.
Who did the Cardinals play tonight, Steve?
They've been in Minnesota.
Well, I think they're
Are they
the
down
Reds.
there?
They in Cincinnati now?
Might be. When they played Cincinnati the last time, wasn't there a bench clearing? Or almost bench clearing?
I'm not for sure. And that ball gets away from Jackson. That ball might be wet, and that one came out funky. Must need a new ball there. It was a little wet. I'm glad to see it was a ball instead of something hurting on his arm there. You never want to see that for a youngster. No, they play the Reds. It's Adam Wainwright versus Luis Castillo. Wainwright's 4-0. Castillo's 1-5. That's ball 4 today. We got runners at third and first. We need one more out here. I think if we can get this out, we'll have one more at bat here. Stepping to the plate for the Comets is number 13. Number 13 is Turner. He started the game on the mound. Ball in the dirt. Two outs here. One ball, no strikes. Fastball fouled straight back and out of play, so 1-1 count. Like the Cardinals are going Wong, Edmond, Goldschmidt, Miller, DeYoung, Molina, Carpenter, O'Neill, and Thomas in center field tonight.
Wow. Ball
high. I don't know. Staten's kind of struggling out there a little bit. I don't know if his arms, he keeps shaking that arm out there. I don't. Ball, that's a fastball hit, and that's going to get down for a single. That's going to score 2. Vlad is after it, gets it into second base, and that runner's coming. There's going to be a play at second, and Beheimer applies the tag, and the run is good.
Yes, the run is good.
Run is good, says Eric Grady from behind the plate. So that's 12, right?
Base hit, 2 RBIs.
And we got 12-3 on the Cass Communications scoreboard. In the top of the 4th, the Hornets are going to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th here, and we'll return after these messages from your local sponsors.
At Henry Automotive, they believe in honest, hometown service. They have the latest in technology and tools and are equipped for any job. So, whether it's an oil change, scheduled maintenance, a check engine light, or a major repair, Doug and Darren Henry, your ASE certified mechanics, are standing by to get you back on the road. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690 East Street, Mount Sterling, just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road. Drive 1.8 miles and look for the big blue and yellow sign. Call Henry Automotive at 773-9066. Once again, that's Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
Mitsubishi ductless systems give you individual room control and allergen filtration with no ductwork, so you can be as comfortable as you want anywhere in your home. The Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling can help you design a Mitsubishi system for your new addition, remodeling project, your man cave, or she shed. Call Scranton Heating and Cooling today to come and evaluate the best options available to you. The Comfort Man, 217-773-2626, or on the web at comfortman.com.
Brown County State Bank are interested in the students of our community. We think it's important to reward students for their hard work. With our Hoorays for A program, students can earn cash for their savings account. Plus, the students in school will be entered into an annual grand prize contest. Stop in Brown County State Bank for Hooray for A rolls. Brown County State Bank, 101 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender.
Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots back with you on the broadcast of BC Hornet Sports. They informed us that this is the last half inning of play. And for those of you watching at home, it is brighter on your screen than it is out here.
Yeah, the only thing bright right now out here to us is the lights on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And with that, Connor,
or the yellow shirts of
yeah,
Quincy.
Yeah, you can see them out there, that's for sure. If we were playing football or something, that wouldn't work out. But Connor Flynn steps in and takes ball 1. And that is strike 1 to Flynn. I read here on Twitter that the on the IHSA Twitter, the executive director Craig Anderson confirms the letter sent to the Governor Pritzker and the Deputy Governor Ruiz. So IHSA did send a letter to the governor and the deputy governor today saying that we want to play fall sports.
Okay.
So there is hope, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get in fast gear here really quick.
Yeah.
If not only you guys,
You're
but
not
the
the only one,
broadcasting
yeah.
side, yeah.
So everybody at church on Sunday, make sure you're saying your extra prayers for the IHSA and the governor.
Or tonight.
Or you start today, or right now would
Start
be good.
at supper time, right now. If you haven't eaten yet, or you haven't started watching TV, pray that we can start back up again, because I agree. The one thing the people don't realize is that when these kids are active in stuff, they're actually better students.
Yes, and if I showed you the DNF list that I received today, I can definitely prove that to you.
That what?
The DNF list that comes out every Friday, that would definitely work. We might have to start having study table instead of practice when we first start out. But Flynn drew a walk, and that brings up Alex Beheimer.
What was that movie called? As a basketball movie, Coach?
Blue Chips.
Or Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, where they locked the door. Yeah.
They studied. They had to make the grade.
That's right. You're exactly right. No hold over there on Flynn, and the ball high, and I'm sure that ball is getting pretty slick right now out there. And those baseballs for a dozen are $89, so we're probably not busting out too many new ones in this situation. And the pitch to Beheimer right down the pipe.
Well, I want to know who rubs up your balls with that Ohio River mud, before each ball game.
I do.
Do you?
The first thing I do is I throw the 4 on the ground and I rub it on the first baseline. It's kind of my routine.
Used to be the umpires did that. Now they've got ball boys that actually rub those balls up, and the umpires look for them. And it's to take the sheen off of it.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, because they get slick, that's for sure. And Beheimer strikes out. And I tell you what, if you want to pay me $50,000 to rub up baseballs in Busch Stadium, boy, I'm on the first ticket out there, I think. If I can sit there and do that, I can bullpen catch for that much. And that's a ball here to Drew Market.
Well, I know Jack Hull applied a couple of years ago and couldn't make all the trainings to be an usher down at the ballpark. I think that'd be a cool thing to do in retirement.
Well, you would definitely be able to hear Jack. There's no doubt in my mind you'd be able to hear him in the stadium.
And he'd know everybody in his section, I can guarantee it.
And he would. And he could yell from Brett Cecil from the farthest reaches, and I'm sure he'd hear him. I had to get that one in there. That's ball 2 from Market.
Did he go to the Angels? Who did he go to? Or is he in baseball?
I just know he's not with the Cardinals, and Tyler Webb has now become my Brett Cecil, I'm afraid. It must be a left-hand reliever thing with me.
Well, I know. Apparently Jack has not found somebody to be that, because his posts during baseball season have been less than any season I've ever been seen.
I agree with that. Marcus got a 2-1 count on him here. And Drew steps in. He's been playing the outfield for the Hornets tonight. And there's the pitch. Fastball taken for strike 2, and that's a 2-2 count. We are 3-12 in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've been told this is the last half inning, so we're going to get in what we can here, and this is going to be the end of it.
Yeah, we'll do a quick post-game show.
That ball is thrown down to second, and Connor Flynn stole second. Looks like that ankle has been feeling good. He was hobbling around last week. We were calling him Kurt Gibson the way he was running the bases. So it's good to see Connor back at full speed there. And there's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, called strike 3 by Eric Grady for the second out. And that's going to bring in Eli Staten. Eli Staten is the Hornets' last hope with 2 outs in a 9-run ball game. And there's the pitch for strike 1 to Staten.
One thing with Eli through Little League, a lot of times you see him come in and relief the pitch because the boy can throw strikes. He's not the fastest pitcher, but if you want to calm the game down and get things back in perspective, you put him on the mound.
And he's definitely thrown strikes in the games that I saw here. A 1-1 count to him. Ball is slapped out to the right side. That's going to get down for a base hit. And that's a good hit by Staten. And Flynn rounds third base and stops. And that's going to bring up Jack Sefton, so the Hornets' hopes are still alive here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 12-3 game.
You're pretty optimistic.
Hey, I'm just trying to do it. David Freese did it a few years back, right? 2 outs and last strike.
Hey, we were speaking, the Cardinals playing the Reds. Or who was it the other day scored 20-some-odd runs?
Oh, man, it was against the Rockies, because their Twitter account said, most of the times we try to be positive, but today I have no words. And that's a strike taken by Sefton. The ball roped out to the right side, but that's going to go foul. And the Hornets are down to their last strike. That's no balls and 2 strikes on Sefton here in the bottom of the 4th. Here in Brown County.
Coming up will be the Casting Lumber Company KLC Inc. postgame show and players of the game. We'll do that really quick as we want to get fold it up here before it gets too dark, and I want to get some flooring laid before it gets to be too late tonight.
And I want to watch the Cardinals game, so we got stuff to do.
Absolutely.
And the pitch taken high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Sefton.
Things to do, people to see.
Yep.
Places to go.
The YMCA Football Youth League starts tomorrow out at the Y. Ball roped right back at the pitcher, and that's going to do it here.
So this is the Casting Lumber postgame show. The Casting Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, helping build our community for the last 45 years. It's Route 99 South, Mount Sterling, 773-2626. Okay, you got any players of the game? This has really been a tough one to even do that because we didn't in the lineup.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Quincy, everybody contributed on this Quincy squad in one form or another. Nobody had a lot of extra hits. There wasn't what I would call some substantial playing in the field, so I'm not going to name anybody on Quincy or actually on the Brown County side. So with that, we're just not going to do that tonight. To do that, Jared, another good game. We'll be back on the air next week. I believe it's Monday. The boys will be here, and we'll be back on the air with you. Hopefully Kent Boylan will be back with you. Yep. And we'll have some ball games for you. Next week is the last week of the regular season. The following week will be the regional. And we're praying maybe things will go through, that we'll be talking about football next week and getting some football games in.
Yep, I hope so. And once again, I truly enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, Steve. And we play Southeastern on Monday, and we'll have that game for you. And we'll know on Wednesday where we seed far as regional, and hopefully we get that 1 seed, and so all our games will be here at home.
Okay. With that, this is Steve Surratt, Jared Hoots. 12-3 the final in the second game, 7-1 in the first game on your Cast Communication scoreboard. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to another broadcast of the Brown County Hornets on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more. Today's sponsors include Brown County State Bank, Burnett's Plumbing Company, Cast Communications, Culbertson Memorial Hospital, Double K Firearms, Farmer State Bank and Trust, Mount Sterling, Hinderker Funeral Home, Henry Automotive, Casting Lumber Company, KLC Inc., All About Dance and More, Farmer State Bank, Griggsville, Larry Dunn Accounting, Mount Sterling YMCA, Ray Insurance Agency, B&N Trucking, Mount Sterling Savings Center, A Rustic Garden, Granton Heating and Cooling, and St. Mary's School.